Greetings, 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 guys. Let's get in here. Welcome back to the Dopest Nerd. Be sure to come on in. You know the house rules. Take off your shoes once you enter. Leave them by the door. Grab a pair of fuzzy socks out of the basket. Jump on the couch and stay a while. Shout out to the mods, the Dopest mod, all of the mods, Lakeisha, our prayer warrior, Charlotte, that keeps the positivity flowing and going. Shout out to the whole Dopest mod family. Guys, I've been away. I had to relax, release. I am back now. We here on serious business, boo. Are y'all watching what's happening to our country? Are you watching what's happening to the United States of America? The United States of America, in case you don't know or you are not tuned in, you don't understand, or whatever the case may be, we are presently under a coup. Those of you who don't know what a coup is or have never lived through one, it is the overthrow of the government. Now, I have said this to you guys ad nauseum. I said it to you quite a few times. I said it to you seriously. I said it to you in passing. I said it to you in jest. I have said it ever since this channel has started. I have said things are not running right. So I'm back downstairs. I rearranged it. The podcast studio is coming along, guys. That's the area. But we're not here for that right now. We are here for serious business. What is happening to our country? Now, you guys know, I am not the I told you so person. However, I told you so. I know this shill card, 3-card Monte con man named Donald Trump from New York. You see what shirt I wore today? Welcome to Brooklyn. Believe the hype. It also says, this is my old merch from my Drip Militia series. It says, I didn't come here, I'm from here. For those of you who don't know, for those of you who fell for the okey doke and the shill game and all of the rhetoric and the whole, I'm going to make America great again, and the greatest president ever. I mean, it's so serious. I don't even have time for imitations. This is a shame what is happening here. And I am well-versed on a whole lot of things, but in times where I want to make sure I bring you clear and concise information on what is taking place and what the steps we need, I never want to broach a conversation without offering a solution. I want to add something in here so you guys talk amongst yourselves. Shout out to the entire family. I know the Dopest mod is greeting you all. I am so happy to be back. I have missed you guys tremendously. However, my mental health, y'all saw that. Y'all know what it is. Give me 1 second. Sorry for that, guys. When we get back into the swing of things, I'm gonna have to get me a lotion sponsorship or something. Cause baby, I caught a grip, a gif of those ashy fingers, and no, we're not doing that today. I want to bring you guys into, please, when you come in, you know what to do. A lot of people are messaging me, telling me they're not getting, or they had been missing all the lives and things like that. Be sure to subscribe and then hit the notification bell and make sure you click all. That is how some people are getting all of the mentions and others are not getting them at all. Make sure you click the all bell on the notification so that you're notified every time we go. Your girl is back and we don't have time for play. I want to pull up something for you guys. Give me one moment. You guys talk amongst yourself. I'm trying to find the correct. I have a video I want to show you guys. And this has, first of all, what it does is it succinctly illustrates what our issue is and brings solutions into. Let's see. It brings solutions into. Guys, I'm trying to be sure. Shout out to K-Leg for the super chat. So good to see you. Oh, how I've missed you watching the news. I'm like, I need Natanya's perspective on here, on this here foolishness. Blessings. Thank you so much, my love. Thank you so much. I am happy to be back. Shout out to Auntie Leah, your girl, always making sure she reaching out to me and staying in the loop. Girl, I love you. I just need you to know that. I love all of y'all, but I just thoroughly appreciate you. I want to show you guys this video because I think it's important. Oftentimes we use this platform, this powerful platform for, fun, games, whatever, but we need to use it for the serious things as well. And it is super important that we use it for things such as this to get the word out. Not only was it dangerous for Donald Trump to enjoin his oligarch billionaire friends, but for the first time in the history of what is known as the yet to be United States of America, we have one of the most horrific displays of a lack of respect for the democracy and what, those who find the founding fathers. Oh yeah, I watched the Midas Touch also. I watch it also. My God. It is so overwhelming. This man, Trump, the orange lunatic, has allowed his oligarch friend, apartheid Elon Musk, let's call him what he is, because he ain't South African. Oh no, boo. He one of the colonizers that went over to South Africa to pilfer and pillage the richness of the country. Let's call it what it is. His father, I watched his father in an interview say, his mother's parents were Nazi sympathizers. They loved what the Germans were doing, and they were Nazi sympathizers, and they believed in him wholeheartedly. And the father was taken aback because he was not into that, and he said the wife's parents used to bully him because he was not for all of that stuff. And he said, I don't want anything to do with your family. I want to move away from your family. And he divested and took his family, but the grandparents and the mother was clearly a portion of it. And that's why I tell y'all, you better watch out for these chicks, because baby, I don't care if the man is the head of the household. You cannot turn your head without your neck. And the woman is the neck. As you can see by the exit polls for the voting, if you are in your feelings about this discussion, then perhaps you need to check your humanity. White women in America voted overwhelmingly for Trump and his rhetoric. They didn't give a crap about when they want to wear their pink hats, they call it the pink pea hats, and they want to be feminists and all this stuff. They march and they do their little things until you black. And then, not so feminist anymore. Let's keep it 100. He allowed an unelected person who got his, I don't know that he is a citizen, but if he is, he's an illegal citizen because he got his citizenship under false pretenses. Everything that Trump is presently fighting for, to kick people out who came into this country and their parents were not legal citizens, or by means other than the what is described as the legal process of immigration and status adjustment, which his wife didn't follow. And contrary to what Trump understands, Barron is a birthright citizen. So while you're getting rid of birthright citizens, say goodbye to your son and your other kids too. Because Ivana wasn't no citizen when she had your children either. Her status was adjusted afterwards. So say goodbye to all your children, all of them. But you would have to be a dum-dum to not even understand that. You would have to be a dum-dum to push forth a law which encompasses your own children. A dummy. And you mad at Biden for pardoning his son? Perhaps you should have pardoned your own kids, because now they are scofflaws. They're all here under birthright citizenship, except for Marla Maples' daughter. Except for the daughter who y'all treat like the wet food stamp with the serial numbers rubbed off, except for her. See, her mama's American. But Donald and Eric and Ivana or Ivanka and Barron, bye-bye. They don't belong here. You allowed an unelected non-citizen to have access to the federal government and have access to things for which you need security clearance and years of work to be able to obtain that level of trust and security clearance, to have unfettered access into the Treasury, into all of the federal payment systems, into all of our secret documentation and our private documentation. They have taken over the Treasury. They have taken over. Listen, you let a fake cabinet position that is not a real cabinet position, which your oligarch boss, we're not going to call him your flunky. We're going to call him what he is, your boss. I want all of you to go on social media and say over and over, tweet, put it on Facebook, TikTok, everywhere. Elon Musk is Trump's boss. Trump is the flunky. Elon Musk is Trump's boss. Hashtag Elon Musk is Trump's boss. Trump is the flunky. Put it everywhere. That is the only way we will get rid of Elon Musk, because Trump will be so in his petty little minuscule feelings that his ego will cause Elon Musk to be put out. Do you know that they are robbing our country blind right now? We have no way of knowing, not the least of which is our money is fiat currency. So literally what he has given him is unfettered access to print money, exponential amounts of money without any say. It's not to say our government's money is backed by gold. Oh no, the gold standard entered 1932. 1932. And we became a fiat currency civilization, which meant our money was not backed by gold. So it is Casper the Friendly Ghost money. Poof, into a cloud of stuff. Invisible. It is the emperor's new clothes money. And now y'all ain't gonna have no new clothes because, baby, pensions eviscerated. All of your retirement funds eviscerated. 401k, just everything that we know as flawless as the United States of America, as flawed as the United States of America is, it was the country we had. The democracy or democratic republic or whatever you want to call it, it was the system we had. It was flawed, but if you pushed and swayed and protested and used your rights, your inalienable rights to free speech, we could affect change and make things occur, but not under this antichrist named Elon Musk. I don't care what you think, if you're a Republican or a Democrat, Republican or Democrat, independent or whatever you classify as, I think we can all agree Elon Musk is the Antichrist. He's the Antichrist. And baby, he's showing y'all what it do. Democrats, I have always complained, you're too passive. The Democratic congressmen and officials that are in office are some passive, raggedy mofos. Passive. Chuck Schumer of New York, Mr. Big Talk. Which part you're there? Where you at? At the hair club for men getting more hair plugs? Which part you're there? You run your mouth for everything. Where are you? The only one we can stand by and stand on is AOC. AOC said this is a fire, a five-alarm fire is raging. He's the Antichrist. All of the Democratic congressmen, it's bad enough you guys were so apathetic to the process. Oh, Kamala not black. She's Indian. My God. What if you think she's not black enough? First of all, for all of those who did the she not black enough, listen, go talk to your colonizer brothers who made the one-drop rule. Blacks didn't create the one-drop rule. Blacks did not create it. White people who hate black people, who think black people are less, the ones who designated us as 3/5 of a human being, they created the one-drop rule because they were so apathetic to melanin unless we were doing their bidding and building society. So while they sat on the front porch in their rocking chairs drinking lemonade, like, let's call it what it is. And we're not talking about all white people. We're talking about white people who are amenable to that mentality. You know, the ones who want to make America great again. You know, the ones who got the same talking points, Fox News, tariffs. They don't even understand the process of tariffs. But every third talk, tariffs, birthright citizens, y'all are some suckers. There used to be a TV show, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grade? MAGA? Hell nah, you're not. Because you don't understand anything. Because you met a presidential candidate or former president who's a dunce, you felt a kinship because he's a dunce and he sound like y'all. And so you said, he's a straight talker. I like him. He's a businessman. A what businessman? You could be a businessman, but you could be a failing businessman. He's a failing businessman. He's a con artist. He's a shill. I told y'all. But no, people don't want to listen to me. I had people in my comments coming against me. Oh, you really need to look into that. No, she's not qualified. She is the only candidate who has been in all three branches of government. Ask the MAGA crowd, they don't even know it's three branches of government. You don't even know. And for what it's worth, the not MAGA crowd don't even know either. Latinos for Trump, where y'all at? I'm not one to relish in anybody's, horrible situations. Where y'all at though? We tried to warn you. You don't want to listen to a people. You don't want to listen to black people who have weathered the storm, who fought the good fight with the civil rights. All of the civil rights processes, whether it be the documented civil rights things, whether it be the marches, whether it be being attacked by vicious cops and citizens who hate black people, who feel inferior, whether it be water hose, all of the processes of the civil rights organization and the civil rights marches, plight, everything. You hated us. You hated us so bad that you wanted your dogs to rip us to shreds. You hated us so bad that you didn't want to sit next to us on a bus, which is so stupid and thoughtless because guess what? The same women you didn't want to sit next to on the bus was nursing your baby to her black titty. But you didn't want to sit next to us. We could feed your baby from our breast. Feed your baby and cook all your food. If we were the savages you accused us of, we would have killed y'all a long time ago. Let's just call it what it is. Black people been in your house cooking your foods, feeding your children. Y'all still here, ain't y'all? So who's really the savage? Us or y'all? Like, let's have a whole conversation because we are past go. It ain't no collect $200. It ain't no nothing. We are at DEFCON 0. It is over now. The America that you thought you knew is done. You want to fake hate us. You don't really hate us. That's why we call it the masses baby. The plight of extremely light-skinned people in the melanated family. Let's call it what it is. The slave masses baby. See, because you couldn't have all of that. You wouldn't even need to create a one-drop rule if you didn't fetishize us. And as much as you hate us and wanted to whip our men and whip us and degrade us in the sight of other people, you sure crept out to the back house at night. That's why you created the one-drop rule, to be able to distinguish. Oh, I know she looks very light complected and she looks phenotypically white, but no, that's what you want to call the N baby. That's why they created something called the Casual Killing Act. That's a law on the book still in a whole lot of states. Go look it up. If your feelings is hurt with this discussion, check your humanity and take it to the altar. You got a problem with what I'm saying? Go talk to your grandpappy and your grandmama. Okay? If you got a problem with what I'm saying, if you want to unsubscribe, do it now. Go do that. Go do that. We need to have a whole discussion. That is why we are at this point, because y'all keep pussyfooting around a whole discussion. Y'all keep creeping and tiptoeing around the real discussion. Y'all don't really hate us. What you do is love us, and you're obsessed, and that's what this is. You feel threatened. You're mediocre. You never rose. You had failure to thrive, and you never really rose to anything. And when you watch all the successful melanated people in this world, Black women, the most educated, most degreed person in the world, not America, the world. And these are studies done by white organizations. Okay? If you got an attitude and you in your feelings, click off now, go that way. Let's have a real discussion so we can bring about real solutions and get past this. Because while we've been creeping around this whole discussion, that's how you get a Make America Great Again. Your boy Trump was on TV the other day talking about, oh, birthright citizenship. Oh, that was for the slaves. No, it wasn't. That's foolish. That is ludicrous, because back then y'all called us 3/5 of a person. So you didn't write a law into the Constitution saying we're birthright citizens. You brought us here. You brought us here against our wishes. We were citizens. You then bred us like cattle to create more and more of a workforce when the Northern brothers and sisters said, enough of this. You're not immigrating no more, forced immigrating no more people. You start breeding us on plantations like cattle to make sure you had a workforce. You never hated us. You crept out to the outhouse, to the back house, to the bush, to the barn, and got you some skins. Let's call it what it is. Y'all don't hate us. Y'all love us. You love us. Go on and admit it so you can overcome it. Go on. See, we're not a monolith. We're not a monolith out here. You know your girl is in high demand. Somebody's always calling me. We're not a monolith. This is how this is allowed to happen. Because y'all claim to hate us, you're always trying to divide and conquer. You're always trying to separate and hold yourself above and us below. So in the process of doing that, you have other Black or melanated people who always want to align themselves. They want white adjacency so that they can fit in and not be feeling like they're ostracized or treated bad. And that's where you get Latinos for Trump. Because y'all looked at everything we've been through. See, Latinos and everybody else. Remember, this country was Black and white. Okay? It was the castaways. Let's call it what it is. The European castaways. They were criminals. Like he said, they're criminals. They're bringing drugs. They're crime. The ones who were sent over here were the ones who felt like they didn't want, they got representation, taxation without representation. They kicked out a whole lot of the miscreants and the ne'er-do-wells and the people they felt like were beneath them out of Europe. And that's why y'all came over here. Okay? So they didn't send the greatest and the creme de la creme, like let's call it what the TI is. While y'all standing pointing a finger at everybody, you that. You pointing a finger at everybody and it's you. This melanin is merely a reflective material by which you look at us and judge yourself. We are the litmus test by which people that hate other color, Black, I don't even want to say color, but non-whites, And let's stop calling ourselves people of color. I hate the term. Let me tell you why. Because it centers white people as the base. There is no color. First of all, color is a construct that was created by psychologists. Let's just put that there. I'm a psych major. Let's just put that there. It is a construct created by psychologists as a means of separating and controlling. Okay? So that's one. Secondly, we paid the price for everybody else to have the perception of equality in this country. Let's call it what it is. I don't care if you're in your feelings. If you're in your feelings, kick rocks and go from here. We're going to have a real discussion. If you here in the house of the dopest nerd, if you're a part of the nerd herd, we're going to have real discussions. We're going to have actual solutions, actionable claims and causes. If you don't like it, kick rocks down that information superhighway. No less, that was created by a black man. I think his name was Emmanuel. A lot of symbols, a lot of syllables and consonants. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I will seek it out, but he created the World Wide Web. His name was Emmanuel, a Nigerian scientist. Okay, I remember that from when I was young. We're going to have real conversations here. If you don't like it, goodbye. That is why we're at this juncture. That is why some guy named, AKA the Antichrist, AKA Elon Musk, can walk around here talking about he's South African. Baby, you wasn't born, baby, you ain't no South African. Y'all is the colonizers who moved over to Africa to pillage, plunge, and rape the natural resources and the people. And now even the ones who are talking about him are like, Trump let a South African. You should hear the apathy that they saying, we're all equal. But you should hear the apathy they're saying South African. Listen, South Africans don't claim him and they don't want him. They're now on him. He's German. That's who claim. Those are the ones that came to Africa to pillage and plunder back then. German. That's right. We're going to call a ting today and every day. If you don't like it, if you feel triggered, check yourself or you wreck yourself. Because racism is bad for your health, boo. You see all the people who act like they was our friends on the job. Wapi, mommy, how you doing, mommy? And then the minute y'all got a chance to align yourself with racism and whiteness, Latinos for Trump. How's that working out for y'all? How's it working? Experience is the best teacher. We literally paid the price with black flesh and blood and life so that other people could come to this country and immerse themselves into the United States framework, like the edict on the Statue of Liberty says, give us your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. We paid the price so you could come here. And the minute you thought you got a chance to flex, you flexed on us. But guess what you got? Your white wake-up call. Come, baby. Wait. They don't love you like I love you. Wait. They don't love you like you didn't care about us. We wasn't good enough for you. You wanted to align yourself with the chief racist in the racist in chief. And look what it got you. In fact, the ones that was holding the signs and the big flags, y'all was out of here first. I went to the gas station this morning before I took Nirvana to school. And baby, let's say this is the gas pump. I watched the guy, or let's say this is the gas pump. My boy had his car up to the gas pump like this with his door wedged to the side of the pump, angled, that if somebody ran up on him, he could jump in his car, slam his door, and jet off. I promise you. I said, Nirvana, look at this. I've never seen anybody put gas in their vehicle like that, angled like that with their door wedged to the gas pump. It's hectic out here. And I can't imagine what that must feel like. But I also can't imagine what my ancestors felt like when they was being whipped and beaten while y'all sat on the porch drinking lemonade. So all of y'all fixing y'all mouth to come to the internet like, I don't know why there's such hate, and I don't know why black people are so against us. What you still calling our name for? You better go over there and talk to Trump and Elon Musk and they cronies. You better talk to the MAGA crew. That ain't about us. You mad at our reaction? Be mad at the person oppressing you. Be mad at the person oppressing you. America is under a coup. This man has He has 6 of his tech engineers, immature no less. You know why he keeps youngins around him? Like a guy who dates youngins. You know why he keeps youngins around? Because they're impressionable and they will do whatever you say because they're so happy to be around you. It's the same. I don't care how you switch it. It's the same old con game. He keeps youngins around him. They have ended the tenures of people who have worked in government, in the federal level of government for 40 and 50 years. They walked in, you're out of here. Tried to strong arm the acting or the head of the Treasury. And when he left, they bamboozled the acting Treasury Secretary. They ran all over him. Why y'all so scared of Elon Musk? This friggin' Yahtzee saluting, weird Antichrist looking. He looks like, he don't even look human. Get him out of here. And all of your senators and all of your congressmen that y'all love so much, the House and the Senate, y'all love so much. Oh, this person, oh, that person. They silent, bipartisan across the board. You know who's repping for the people? AOC. That a lot of y'all hated. Y'all hated her, but she the only one speaking for democracy. This man created a fake cabinet position. He doesn't have any security clearance. Elon Musk has 0 security clearance. He is raiding the United States Treasury, the federal government. The first thing he did in his office, DOGE, the Department of Efficiency, of Government Efficiency, he got rid of the FAA, the head of the FAA. And 2 days later, what we had? Was it even 2 days? 1 day later, plane crash after plane crash after. You think these plane crashes are accidental? Huh? Do y'all think these plane crashes are accidental? We don't hate white people. We don't hate white people. We are pro-black because we done been through so much. Listen, as contrary to popular belief, y'all can't run this country without black people. Like, let's call it what it is. And don't with the go back to Africa. We didn't ask to come here. As soon as somebody come with one of these slick things, I be chopping ankles a long time ago. I've had white people tell me, go back to Africa, go back to where I hear an accent, go back to where you're from. I said, you take your ass back to the Caucasus Mountains first. Go tell it to your grandpappy. We ain't asked you to bring us here. We was good. We were good. You decided that we needed a relocation. And let's keep it a buck. We were everywhere. The landmass of the entire earth was called Pangea before eruptions had happened, fault lines fractured, and it separated into continents. The entire mass was called Pangea. Okay? Life started in Africa. Fight me on it if you don't like it. Fight me. You ain't hear what Kennedy said the other day when they were in his hearings? He said black people should get different immunizations and vaccines than white people. And they said, what? What are you talking about? Remember, this man, he has a malady. So he is very studied in vaccines and all of that stuff because let's call it what the TI is. I don't care who got an attitude. We know what they cause. Back in the days, you weren't familiar with the term called autism, and now it's on everybody's tongue. You don't believe me? Patents are accessible. Go Google, use the Google and look it up. All of y'all ran out there and got that jab, and now y'all tweaking. Don't you know how long the trials take for vaccinations? Some of them are 10 years for medications. You mean to tell me something started today and they created something for it next week? And you ran out there. They giving free tickets to the game. Mumbo cloud, what do you? Are y'all insane? I had a former friend, but I'm sure he was in his feelings because I was like, what? This is a guy I used to go to college with. He called me like, oh, they giving free $100 gift cards over there if you come and get the jab. I was like, what? Are you insane? Like, first of all, do you? let me reacquaint myself. Allow me to reintroduce myself. You don't know me if you call me with that foolishness. Oh, but it's $100 for each person. I'm taking my kids. His son was in college. My boy went and pick up his son and his daughter and his wife. And his wife already has medical illnesses. I said, what are you doing? Are you insane? Are you insane? My boy went and got they $100 gift cards each to take that. What? Have y'all seen a movie? There's a documentary called Died Suddenly. Please look it up. I got it. I will send it to the dopest mod and let her post it in the chat. Baby, if you know what I know, this guy has literally the brain. He doesn't even understand how things work. This is the sad thing. It is called nobody's minding the store. Nobody's minding the store. Somebody said Jasmine Crockett is too. I got a problem with her, though. While I agree with her policies and her politics and that she is for the people, I have to say she's a bit of a thirst trap. And tell her I said it. If you watching, and let me say something else. I know a bunch of people across the board be watching. I'll be watching people's stuff and I see them saying things that I said. Using the term nerd herd all of a sudden. I see you Saturday Night Live. I see you. I know somebody up in Saturday Night Live be watching. Hi. Cite your sources, biatch. I see all of y'all. I can watch shows. I watch all type of, listen, I'm talking across the board, all types of people, political, this, that, and I hear y'all using my terms. I watched somebody the other day. I'd never seen him before. It just came across my algorithm. And in the thing, he was like, and yeah, and he was, telling a little story, and the creative stories where they make up this thing. He was like, yeah, and let me cite your sources. Oh, you telling me some boy? You watch me too? Okay, well, good. I'm glad to know that. Be sure to subscribe. Throw up the like so that the algorithm understands that we're doing something over here. I'm glad you watch. Come on in. I watched you too. Fair exchange is no robbery. But like you said, cite your sources. You cite them too. Cite your sources. I have a problem with Jasmine Crockett. She was throwing meet and greets for shine. What? That's not your business, woman. You're a congresswoman. We are do. She was all up Shine's butt, and I could not understand why. Up to now, there's no verifiable explanation as to why. But I know I'm going to see her someday, and we're going to have a talk. She's going to have to talk to me. Because why are you up Shine's butt? What is that benefiting you? You thirst trapping? Go and do the people's business that you was elected to do. What does Shine have to do with Texas? Not a bombo clot. Nothing. He from Belize. What he got to do with Texas? Why are you taking your elected official time to go and do a meet and greet mixer for Shine? I don't understand. But anyway, I digress. We got bigger fish to fry. So while I will give you your props for the work that you do for the people, you need to check your humanity and your personal politics. You need to check them, because I don't understand why a woman is celebrating somebody who contributed to the injury of a group of people in a nightclub by indiscriminately firing his gun. And while he didn't shoot me, he certainly shot Julius Jones. I know he did it. I saw him. So if you're going to big somebody up, do your research before you out here laying yourself bare, making me question your ability to discern facts from BS. I'll rep for AOC until someone else shows me who they are. This is disgusting. The America we knew. Listen, I told y'all a while ago, every superpower nation has fallen with the exception of America. Didn't I tell y'all that months ago? We just actually passed the channel's 1-year birthday. While I wasn't actively, the dopest nerd in the beginning. I mean, I've always been the dopest nerd, but while I wasn't actively doing things for about 5 or 6 months on the channel, since then, I have actively been doing stuff, with the exception of the past month. January was a doozy. And for all of my friends that are going through a hard time, my heart goes out to you. Hashtag no Nazi salute. That's how you do that. That's how my heart goes out to you, not nothing else. Anybody who's telling me Roman salute, cite your sources in history. That is a made up fake thing so that they could get away with this. Stop being gullible. Stop being gullible. Let's call a thing what it is. Those of you, I see somebody saying the X-Files. Actually watch the X-Files. You also, I'm going to ask Locke to put it in the chat. You should also be watching The Outer Limits so you can see what's on the horizon for us, because baby, when I tell you, oh, shout out to Keisha Dubois. Honey, I was going through. You definitely deserve a birthday thing, and I'm going to give it to you. And all the rest of the I went through this month. I went through. Let me just stop and give a disclaimer. I know some people are entitled to happy birthday celebrations. I'm going to give them to you. I apologize for not being available to give you your just due and your flowers that you deserve. I love my Nerd Herd family. You guys know it, but everyone has to take care of their mental health. And there is a lot. First and foremost, shout out to all of you who support the channel. Support comes in a lot of different ways. I don't come on here that much and be like, oh, donate to the channel. And I had a content creator literally dress me down and tell me, you must ask your people to support you. This takes work. It takes time to do the research. It takes time to do all the stuff. It takes work. I don't like to do it. I don't say, oh, thank you for the support. I certainly thank you guys. But if you love your girl, show support. Show support by watching. Show support by supporting the channel so I can continue to do what I do. It was the hardest thing for me to do. But I have a content creator who is super dope and is been doing this thing and has it. And he says, tell your people to support your channel financially. I was like, He's like, stop playing. Make it happen. You guys see the cash tag right there? I'm going to tell all the mods, put their cash tag in as well. And you can do super chats. You can do super stickers. And the gifting memberships, like I said, I've been educated also. So that mostly goes to YouTube and not the channel. But by all means, support the channel. I went over and over this with my content creator friend. He's like, you got to stop. You got to tell your people to support the channel. So please, by all means, you love me, show your support. Also, make sure you like and share. Make sure you're all subscribed. I look at the analytics. Majority of y'all are subscribed, and I thank you for that. Make sure that your notification bell is on all so that you get every time that we go live. And then every time we present anything, you get it. Be sure to share what we're doing with other people. You got a cousin, you got this one, knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone, share it. Share it on your social so it brings more people in. Let's grow this channel. Let's get this information out. These discussions need to be had. I'm trying to find the video that I watched. Give me 1 second. Because I want you guys to hear the actionable things. But I know this woman actually said that in all of the 50 states on Wednesday, there will be protests at every state capital. Please go to your state capital and participate in the protest. They also have scripted, pre-written out scripted things for you to send emails. They said if you are phone shy, send emails to your representative, House and Senate. If you are not phone shy, they have a list. Call your local congresswoman and senator, local level and on the federal level. Call them. Let them know you do not like what's going on. And this is how we affect change. I'm not saying be a Democrat. I'm not saying be a Republican. I'm saying use the powers that you have instead of just lip serving. Because, baby, I woke up in the middle of the night. Somebody sent me a text. I woke up in the middle of the night, and all I see is this one and Tasha K and that one and the Grammys, and everybody's yapping their mouth. What the Grammys got to do with the fact that your mama is about to lose her house? There was a woman who said her parents started a company by which they administrated grants and loans, and all type of federal funding for nonprofit organizations and other companies and agencies. This is what they've been doing for the better part of 16 years. So that is where all of their income comes from. Also, government contracts. They administrate and help agencies win government contracts, this, that, the other. And so there is a pass-through, like they earn based on how much they help fund. People get grants and funding. When they came and shut down all of that funding, their business, 16 years, stopped 100%, no income. And then they did all these, injunctions and this, that, the other, but things are already thrown off. See, when they stopped it, things went off track instantly. They know what they're doing. And they are still going around. Why do you think he gave him access to the Treasury? Because they filed an injunction saying, no, you can't stop this. Now he has access to the computer system that actually sends out the funding. Do you think they're sending all the grants and the funding to all these places? No, there's lots of places they don't want to get money. School breakfast and lunch program, Title I programs in inner city and underfunded and undereducated schools. Schools that are in zones where the tax revenue is not as high, so the school does not get as much funding from the tax revenue. Therefore, the federal government kicks in the remainder. Teachers, there are a lot of teachers that are paid under Title I. Charter schools, you thought, my kid is too good to go to public school, I'm gonna send him to charter school. Well, where do you think charter school get their money from? From the public school budget. Call that a wash. They are gilding the lily and robbing the coffers as we speak. We told y'all, we warned y'all about Project 2025. Y'all didn't want to hear us. You think our great-grandparents and great-uncles and this one and that one and even nanas and grandpas and papas that's still alive, that went through the civil rights marches, that were beaten, that were stoned, that were pillaged and plundered of their flesh, their soul, their mental health, and everything. They are still around, some to tell the story still. Y'all didn't want to listen to us. White people didn't want to listen. Latinos for Trump didn't want to listen. And all the Asians, y'all been ain't listening. Your children are on the internet saying how extremely racist you are. You don't believe me? Use their Google. Go down these YouTube streets. Go on TikTok. Oh, your kids is out. Two very prominent Asian businessmen recently had a talk talking about how Asians have so benefited from the civil rights movement. You don't believe me? Listen, Asians, the majority of your businesses are in Black areas by design. There is another Asian woman who has said, do you want to know why all of the Black areas have all the Asian businesses? Because the American government set it up like that. They funded them with loans when they came to this country, but only if you put your business in certain areas. You hate us, but all your money comes from us. We walk in your store, you're following us around. Hey, you need help, you dusting shelves and all that stuff. We see them dusty perm boxes, nobody buying. Why are you following us? Huh? How come we all thieves, but you still making money? How are we all thieves, but you are making X amount of money that you certainly could not make in the white area? What do they need your boxes of relaxer for? But you still look down on us all like we're a monolith. How? Why? Your chicken wings and fried rice. Who buying that? Are y'all out here selling a bunch of chicken wings and fried rice in the white area? Your General Souls and all that other stuff? But yet you still hate us. And I don't know why y'all eating Chinese food anyway. Baby. And no disrespect, but let's be honest. Those hood Chinese store restaurants, they all over the internet, full of rats, full of filth. Why are you eating that? Cook at home. You see when your mother used to say, we got McDonald's at home? You don't need no McDonald's, we got a McDonald's at home? She was saving you. She wasn't just taking something from you that you thought you wanted. She was letting you know without direct terms, the food is no good out there. Listen, my mother Ben ain't let us eat a whole bunch of stuff. She didn't let us, we couldn't do a whole lot of stuff. Did we go out? Absolutely. To what she would consider finer dining establishments or establishments that she was affiliated with, that she understood and knew the owners and could say, okay. And yes, indeed, Keisha DuBois, tell them a Big Mama burger was better. You know that at-home burger was way better. You know it. Especially when you made the little sauce with the ketchup or the French dressing with the mayonnaise, and it was better. But you like stuff in the street because it makes you feel good. what you call it, retail therapy. And the companies out there don't care nothing about us. You see what this shows? And when each one of these companies and people had a chance to show what side of history they would fall on and where they on the line they fell, they all chose racism. They all chose fascism. Oh, anti-DEI. Nobody profits from DEI more than the white woman. You see, when we were getting civil rights, because we're not selfish, we wanted civil rights for everyone. Civil rights is not just about Black people. We did the civil rights movement, but it benefited everyone. And yet y'all still hate us. We won you rights that you wasn't even willing to. The only other group of people, and I wrote a paper on this in college, the only other group of people who were willing to lay themselves bare for the good of everyone, that everybody benefited from, and I got to look and see if I can find that paper. I know I probably have it somewhere. It was the gay men who were suffering the indignity of the HIV crisis when it first started. And they were dying at unbelievable rates. And all of the AIDS legislation and HIV legislation in this country that was created because gay men were willing to lay themselves bare. I wrote a paper, and I mean, not only did my professor think my paper was astounding, your girl been a nerd, and I don't look at things superficially or surface. I look deep into things. Not only was he pleasantly surprised and humbled by my paper, I found out later that he too was a gay man. I didn't even know. But he brought it to the department chair, the English department chair. And then the school had some affiliation or connection to some big thing that was going on, and the school asked me to come and read my paper there. And it wasn't necessarily some type of gay rights organization. It was a big conference, but they asked me to read that paper at the conference. Because trust me, ask yourself, look deep into yourself. If any other group, I don't care if you was Black, Latino, white, Christian, atheist, Asians, purple polka dotted zebras, anybody else that was afflicted at that degree would not have come out publicly, marched, and fought for the rights to get medical treatment, to force the president to say the word HIV and AIDS. Nobody else would have done it. We would still be in the dark ages with this disease had it not been for the gay. I mean, let's call it what it is. You can say what you want. Go watch a movie called And the Band Played On, where patient zero was Gaetan Dugan. I'm a nerd. I know everything I've taken in and read, with even a most superficial degree or not, is in this head. The man they considered patient zero, who was responsible for spreading it everywhere, not just across America, globally, was a flight attendant named Gaetan Dugan, who first started showing signs. He was Canadian, but some of his first signs started showing up in Paris and in this section of San Francisco called the Castro District, and in New York, and all of the enclaves in America and globally where gay people gathered. Okay? You don't believe me? Go and go look it up. Look it up. And I've known this since back in the days. Back in the days. There is a movie called And the Band Played On, and a host of other movies that will illustrate this. We need to discuss everything. This is how we got here. People's quiet racism. Elon and Trump just gave the rally cry to make y'all all come out the closet and make America great again. Well, guess what? We knew you was racist while y'all was out there talking about, oh, everything's color with you people. Well, what do Make America Great Again look like? Are they a DEI organization? You're talking about DEI hires trying to allude to the fact that by virtue of the fact of someone's color, sexual origin, or, race or nationality, that they were given a job. No. DEI doesn't mean you weren't qualified for the job. They just gave it to you because of your color, your race, your sexual origin, and all that. No. DEI meant They put a stop to just giving the positions to white people and said, you must include all these other groups that are qualified. Let's be honest. Let's talk about all the white people that's in positions and they're totally not qualified. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You got that damn supervisor that don't know how to do nothing. You trained her when she started. You, who've been on the job forever, trained your supervisor and she still don't know nothing. She'll do a lot of paper shuffling when the big boss is around. Yeah, so I need you to, and then later on she's coming, you know that project such and such. So I was looking at it and something's not right with it. And you're like, oh no, that's because you have to, and then you on your computer like, and she's like, oh, okay. I love you, Janie. That's why you're my girl. Right on. And you know it, dig it. You know, y'all know. Am I telling the truth or what? You know what I'm talking about. You trained her. She still don't know nothing. She is a paper pusher. She mediocre as all get out. She is as mediocre as plain oatmeal, no raisins, no twigs and berries, no sugar, no maple, just plain steel cut, them hard oats. But she got the position because she wore a really nice suit, threw her blonde hair back and forth. Like, let's be honest. Let's have these discussions. You don't want DEI? DEI don't mean less than. DEI means and also. The minute all of these businesses, all of these companies, all of these people, all of these agencies got to say, oh, you mean we could show our unfettered racism with no problem now? Oh, come on. Oh, y'all showed out. Y'all showed out. Let's call it what it is. Now you're all online crying. I can't believe I lost my job. I saw one young lady come up, and I can't speak to what her belief system is. She was a young white lady, I would say in her maybe 25, 26-ish, stepping out into her adulthood, had her first really big girl job. And she was like, so like, oh my God, I don't know what to say. It was the day or two after Trump announced the DEI thing, ending DEI, everything. And emboldening people to rat out their coworkers. If you have coworkers at your job and you know they were hired under a DEI program, rat them out so we could get them out. People was ratting people out like crazy. But guess who was the first people fired? White women. Because y'all got more DEI hires than anybody else. Y'all didn't know it was going to hurt y'all, did you? You was okay when it was going to hurt other people. This woman sat on the internet. She's like, so like a crazy thing today. That job I told you I got that I love so much. I got fired today. I don't know why. Like, this is crazy. So like I got my position. When I inquired why, I was told that it was listed under a DEI hire, but like, why am I affected by that? What you mean why? You hear what I'm saying? You was hired under a DEI program. When your boy said, want all the DEI people them out, you stayed quiet because you said, not me. He mean them. And she's like, I'm really puzzled. Like, I don't understand. Why am I being targeted? And I don't care what nobody's saying. While I don't know this woman, and I'm certainly sorry for her because that can't feel good, living in a big city and paying big city rent, and we know people are living from pillar to post and rubbing Peter and paying Paul, and ducats ain't flowing like they used to. I could only imagine once her rent starts backing up, what that's going to look like for her. But a lot of these people have the ability to go home somewhere. What about the other people who don't have a lot of people? At the same, by contrast, there was another lady, a young lady, and there's tons of people all over the internet. I'm illustrating a few that stood out to me. There's a white lady that was on the internet. She's like, oh my God, they cut off my food assistance. I'm so angry. She said she get $1,500 a month in food stamps, $900 in cash assistance. And then she's like, one of my neighbors ratted me out. So now they cut off they said they put her daycare on hold while they investigate her. She's like, because I need the kids to go to daycare so I can do some things around the house. You know how many single mothers are busting their neck trying to get to work on the bus and they need daycare and they can't get it, and you sitting home and your kids are in daycare? And then she said, and now she's looking up to see when her tax return, and there's a hole on her, I think it was $14,000 tax return. Listen here, 14 G's. Oh, yeah, tell Miss Lady. And she's upset. Why did you guys rat me out? You should mind your own business. Another one said, they said she owes 40-something thousand dollars. I only saw the thumbnail. They said she owes $47,000 to the food stamp agency or something like that. Like, a lot of craziness is out here. But y'all out here, yelling about Shaniqua. Y'all out here yelling about Pookie and Man. Like, let's get it out of our head. Let's get it out of our head that, and if you know what you know, you would also know that public assistance is such a small degree of the federal budget, such a small amount. Federal budget line items for public assistance, welfare, food stamps, all of that is small compared to all of the other things. But all of y'all got a bunch of misplaced anger. We're not a monolith. We come in all shapes and sizes. And that goes for pretty much everybody. That goes for white people. It goes for the Latinos. It goes for everybody, because everybody's not a Latino for Trump. I know a lot of Latinos that wouldn't dare vote for him. But guess what? Just the same way, now y'all getting your white wake-up call. Because the same way where one black person might do something that was not necessarily positive, you blame us all for it when that is representative of one person. But now you in your feelings because you feel like y'all all being blamed for what one Latino or 10 or 100 or all of Florida did. All the Latinos that was like, I like Trump, I don't care, I like Trump. Now he rounding y'all up. What you thought it was for? This man literally stood, I watched on my own where he said, birthright citizenship wasn't for those people. It was for the slaves. He said this publicly, which is absolute nonsense because you guys wrote into your constitution that we were 3/5 of a person. You didn't make no birthright citizenship for us. We was born here. You didn't have a choice. We were born here for so many generations, you wouldn't even know where to send us back. You know why? Because you intentionally didn't keep records. You intentionally made sure that we were property and therefore not worthy of records. So where would you send us back to? You don't know. You don't love us or care enough about us to know this one is from the Bantu tribe and this one is Fulani and this one is Igbo. You don't know. You ain't got a clue. Birthright citizenship wasn't for us. We Americans. We Americans. Like, let's call it what a TI is. Birthright citizenship was for your cousins that came over. All of y'all who, America first, and then you all, I'm Italian American, I'm Irish American, y'all always want to claim your but you got a problem with us. I know Italians and Irish that will quickly tell you, go back to where you came from. Excuse me. You didn't hear say y'all walk around and tell people about you're Irish and you're friggin', Irish or Italian. You think you from here? How dare you tell somebody go back where they came from? The same way your ancestors, tired, poor, huddled masses, got on the bottom of ships and stowed away and all that and came here, so did those who emigrated willingly. And the same way you feel like you're a benefit to the country, so are we. There is no, people like, you're in America, speak English, speak our language. There is no national language of America. I know many of you don't know that. I know you're like, what? Oh, yeah, tell me that. Yes, there is no official language of America. You know the lady in the harbor that stands at Ellis Island holding a tablet and a torch? And we know it's the light bearer, it's Lucifer light bearer thing. But your tablet says, because y'all like to flip things and call one thing another thing and act like you're doing it for this reason, but you're really doing it for another reason. And now all your dirt is being aired out. Her tablet says, send me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. AKA, welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. So who gave you the right? Your ancestors came here illegally and had to get adjusted. Your ancestors came here with 32 cents in their pocket and their name was Luigi Mangione. And the person was like, Louis Manganone. Okay, your name is Manganone. Stamp. Go that way. And now your whole family name is changed because some American guy didn't know how to pronounce it. Or somebody who got here before y'all didn't know how to pronounce it. How dare you decide all of your people could come in, but now that America is tanning, now everybody else ain't allowed. Well, guess what? That old lie y'all been telling forever with your Census Bureau that America is 13% of the population, let's have that discussion too. Because I'm going to need, and let me tell you something. You belong to the nerd herd. You a part of this nerd herd. Don't you ever call a black person a minority. We ain't no minority. We ain't your minority. I ain't no minority, and I ain't your minority. Don't you ever address me that way. In here, we don't say people of color because that centers white. That puts everybody else into one basket and white people over here as the standard. And we don't play that game. We're not playing that game. Not the least of which is we are the diasporic majority. Everywhere in the world, while y'all might put your lighter complected people on TV to make them think that's a white nation, we know. Fiji, all we see is the lighter complected. Fiji, black is, I don't know what, baby, they got afros. Okay, in Fiji, for a woman to not wear her hair as an afro takes away. They think that puts them next to God. Look at pictures of Asia even 50 years ago. Baby, they was brown no bombo cloth. That's colonization and assimilation to white people and bleaching cream. Y'all like to talk about Africans be bleaching and this one be bleaching. Baby, don't nobody bleach like white complected. What y'all bleaching for? You're already white. In Asia? Please. Indian, Southwest Asians, East Asians, all of y'all be bleaching. Cut the shenanigans. My daughter's into K-pop. Nobody bleaches like Koreans. You see how white they are? Not only do they bleach, they then go back and lighten the film. They lighten the film so they can look pasty white. Like a geisha. I mean, come on. Like, let's be honest. Y'all are aligning yourself with the oppressor and pointing your finger at everybody else. You mad at everybody else. There are literally Latinos on the internet talking junk on YouTube and TikTok about black people. Why y'all laughing? You saw a few black people make comments. You ever stop to wonder how y'all treated them few black people? Why are you blaming it on all of us? We are not a monolith. We rep for y'all. That's why we warned y'all ahead of time. But you didn't care that our great grandfathers and great uncles and aunts and everything got bit by the dogs and water holes. You didn't care about that. We were trying to warn you, but you didn't care. You was too busy saying, I know like Kamala. She no black. She Indian. She did. And what's wrong with Indian? All of y'all running around. She Indian. She did. I tell you one thing. She wouldn't have let nobody walk. She, in her black self, she would have been real black. She wouldn't have let nobody walk up in that treasury and be in all our business. She wouldn't have handed the keys over to no Elon. She wouldn't have done it. You could say what you want. We have learned that we have to be a million times better than the most mediocre of whites. Now let's call it what it is. Just like we are not a monolith, we know you are not a monolith. Stop treating us like we don't know. Stop treating us like we don't know. The same way we don't paint everybody with one brush stroke, stop painting us all with one brush stroke. That's what the problem is. Y'all letting your leaders take me to your leader. I'm going to make America great again. We're going to give the keys. What he should have said was, we're going to give the keys to the treasury to Elon and let him pilfer and pillage and plunder. You won't have any pension. Your 401ks are going to take. The stock market is crashing. Y'all voted for him. Where's the lady that was in my chat? Oh, this woman sent me so much. I think I ended up blocking her from the channel. She sent me so much. Oh, you need to reconsider about Trump. You need to. Where you at, boo? Don't worry, I'm going to look you up. I screenshotted you. I'm going to look it up. Where you at? How's that working for you? But y'all out here saying the same 3 talking points. The tariffs. Your dumb leader didn't even know that the country that's doing the importing pays the tariff. He done finessed y'all, and he's out here using bully pulpit tactics, trying to strong arm Canada, Greenland. You dummies. You think Greenland is a warm climate? Greenland is cold, Iceland is warm. But you're so dumb you don't know the difference. Why y'all want Greenland so bad? Or are y'all trying to get back to the caves? Like, let's call it what it is. Like, I'm tired. We're going to stop playing games like we don't know. Look how big of a landmass Canada is. Canada is its own sovereign entity. This man is trying to call Canada the 51st state. Changing the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. You know what this one MAGA supporter, there was this, I forget his name, a reporter, him and this woman, they go around, they report, they go to MAGA and the inauguration and they question all the MAGA people about, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? This guy jumps up and he's like, oh no, because you don't know tariffs, this, that, the other. And the guy's like, no, sir, you're wrong. The guy who's interviewing is like, sir, you're wrong. Oh, Trump's going to lower the tariffs. He said, sir, a man is walking by and his son that have nothing to do with the interview. And he stops and says, he's listening for a second. And he had to say, excuse me, sir. Let me interrupt you. You're wrong. I have an import-export business. I've been doing this for 30, 40 years. He said whoever is importing the goods pays the tariff. Trump is not going to help you like you think. The tariff is not paid by the company sending. It is paid by the receiving company. If America didn't have such a dependence on foreign goods because we don't really produce things like we used to, thanks to Ronald Reagan, who said with Gordon Gekko, greed is good. You know, y'all want it to be an opulence in the high life. We ain't got time to be building tables and chairs. Get it from China. Why you mad? Your Republican dude did that. Greed is good. You don't remember? You don't remember Michael Milken and the junk bond scandal? All of that? Y'all don't remember? I remember it vividly. America's interests were elsewhere. The Iran-Contra affair with Oliver North, a general. You know why y'all was importing poppy seeds? You wasn't worried about what the tariff on that was. When y'all was bringing all that drugs in here and using all the cartel members that were double dealing and spies and giving them the crack to put in the inner city community so you could tear down our stuff, so you can criminalize Black people, get them addicted to a highly addictive drug, and then criminalize us and pillage our communities, take all the men out of the household. Yeah. You don't remember that? Iran-Contra affair. I remember it vividly. Y'all was working with the Taliban. That was the Taliban supplying all of that poppy, this, that, and the third. The same Taliban that y'all gave all them guns and bombs to. And then years later, you try to 52 fake out us using the Taliban, and then you try to 52 fake out the Taliban by Americans by saying the Taliban, they trying to overthrow the government. Y'all when the reporters went in, what they said? All of those bombs and artillery they found over there in the caves, made in America. Made in America. Oh, y'all didn't know? Bin Laden was their homie. He was their big homie. When they was bringing all the poppy seeds and everybody was getting high and they was bringing all the heroin and you had the whole hood hooked and the cocaína. Oh, yes. With Blandino and all of the stuff that was going on in the cartel. Yes. Y'all remember? I remember vividly. That's my era. I was in my 20s. I was late teens, early 20s then. I remember when crack came to New York. I remember. There was a lady on our block. You all know it. Y'all all, I don't care what city you in. You all know it. There's a lady who's so fly and she got the leather outfits and the furs and she fly and she popping. They drive a nice Cadillac and all that stuff. And next thing you know, you see her, she walking down the street shaking. How your mama and them do it? Let me hold $2. And you're like, what happened to her? And we couldn't figure out what happened, how she slipped so quick. And she was skinny, and she was like, how your mama and them, girl? What you doing? Fix your hair, girl. You know your mama don't be laying your hair. You got $2? Am I saying something that's not familiar to y'all? I remember it vividly. It was the 80s. The 80s. Really and truly, it really started popping 84, 85. Popping. We saw all the dudes that used to sell weed all of a sudden gravitate over to something else. And people was walking real fast. Doing this little... And when they was all getting skinny, you're 100% right, leading in life. We all thought they had that HIV, the house in Virginia. We all thought they had a house in Virginia. Then we realized it was crack. And listen, they was kicking in doors, waving the 4-4, arresting everybody, throwing them in jail. People got football years for having 2 crack rocks. But now with meth, that's taking their kids out, they want to take a therapeutic modality. Oh, they're addicted. It's not their fault. Let's do a therapeutic modality. Let's pursue this at a different level. Let's make sure that we create funding for programs to get them into. Yes, look at New Jack City. Yes, K-Lig, exactly. I am speaking facts, baby. I know. Say I look good, but darling, I have some years under them feet, yeah. I remember, I told y'all I was grown when I was a child. That's why I can remember 1984. I was 14, but I can remember everything that was going on in the news. I can remember the whole Iran-Contra scandal and all of that. Oliver North. And give me a minute, a few more names will come to. I remember it all vividly. I was watching. See, I used to be on Jeopardy and World News Tonight with Tom Brokaw and Peter Jennings and all of the olds. I used to watch all of that. I wanted to know what was going on in the world. I was an old lady when I was a teenager. I told you I was grown when I was a kid. By the time I was a teenager, I was an old lady. I used to watch news. They used to be like, why are you in here watching the news? Go outside and play. I was like, play? I'm in there with my feet up drinking tea, watching the news. I want to know what's going on in the world. Your United States government is falling. We are under a coup. Meanwhile, there's people somewhere down the internet telling you what Tasha K doing. Who cares? Who cares? How's that going to help your family? Let's discuss these real things. There is in every single city on Wednesday, there is a protest at your state capitol. I don't care where you are. If you're in New York, you're in Texas, you're in LA, you in friggin' Atlanta, you in North Carolina, go to your state capital and be out there protesting. Take your behind to the dollar store, get yourself a poster board, make a sign. Let your voice be heard. Hold on one second. I kept looking. I keep stopping and forgetting. I was looking for that.
Adding my chicken broth.
Hold on one second. Let me look for... Oh, wait. I'm so silly.
I'm doing 3 pounds.
I forgot. I can look at what I watched. What did I watch? There's so much horrific things going on right now, and people are. I'm scrolling YouTube looking for important information to give y'all, and look at all this foolishness up here. Let me tell you something. You're entitled to follow whoever you want. You are entitled to follow whoever you want. I would hope that you use your time to follow people who are concerned with what's really going on in the world. If the other content creators that you follow are talking junk right now, you need to look in the mirror and check yourself. If they are on this internet like I'm scrolling and seeing gossiping foolishness. And I love the resistance. And don't say you can't resist, because you can. Because there are some countries, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, I don't want to misquote, might have been Paraguay or something, but some of the countries refused to take the planes. Where Trump was deporting people, they said, nope, take them back. We ain't taking them. They refuse. Show resistance. Fight back. Fight back. We don't have to just do what he says. You can resist. If you don't resist, you are laying down and giving your rights. You are abdicating your rights. Be careful who you follow. Be careful what you're taking in. In this day where you know the United States Treasury has been taken over and is being eviscerated as we speak, and the other content creators you follow are talking about who's zooming who, check yourself. Check who you are as a person. If you know what I know, you better get right with the Most High. That's first and foremost. Get right with God. Because you are in a, you know how they said we will all, every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess. And those who don't, it's on the express elevator to hell. Probably as we speak. But if you know what I know, you better get right with God. Because the world as you know it, baby, you know how all our lives, they was like, the old people used to say, oh, we in the last days, we in the last days, baby. You ain't hear they said, they set the doomsday clock to 89 minutes till midnight. If you know what I know, you better do some soul searching. The oligarchs, the techno oligarchs are taking over. They have a one world system they've been trying to usher in. Y'all have made it. We tried to warn you. I'm so angry because this is at the hand of a bunch of stupid people that don't even know. And I don't listen. My mother forbid us. She didn't like the word stupid. She didn't like stupid and she didn't like shut up. I am so pissed off that so many people had the ability to affect what happens to the rest of us. Out of superficial stupid stuff. She's Indian. Really? Listen. United States, you could be from Egypt, aka Egypt is in Africa. Egypt is in Africa. Egypt is in Africa. Egyptians are black. There are some Arab Egyptians that consider themselves Arab, but wake up call to you, boo. You got melanin, you're black. You could call yourself what you want. Do you know the American government considers anyone from Egypt white? Egyptians ain't white. But America will put a designation on you because it helps their census numbers. Stop telling me what them folks say. The ops will not empower you to overthrow them. The ops will not educate your children to overthrow their mediocre children who ain't doing a damn thing because they could pay for them. Just dedicate a wing in the library of the school and they can go. Stop telling me what the ops said. The ops said this and the ops said that. Are you guys insane? Oh, they did. Oh, but they this. Oh, they're never going to tell you the truth. Have you ever heard of Tartaria? You see all those old world Capitol buildings with the big rotundas. And first of all, anything you see that's built round, you know it's not built by mainstream Americans. They build things in boxes because boxes impede the flow of energy. If you build buildings, that's why when you go in cathedrals, when you go in old military installations, they are built round because it allows for the flow of energy to continuously flow. Energy becomes blocked. Frequency and vibrational frequencies become blocked when they're in a square. That becomes a cage for them. Don't you see how all the old structures were built? You notice buildings are not built like that anymore, right? They built boxy to cage you in and to stop the flow of your natural energy, to stop the flow of vibrational frequencies from elevating you. But you don't hear me though. Y'all don't hear me though. I don't know why I can't find this video I just watched. What is this I'm watching? I don't even want to report this because I gotta vet the source of who's saying it, because it could be one of those MAGA freaks. But it did say the president of Mexico has bowed to Trump's demands. And y'all hear my house? You know I'm here by myself. You hear that? Sound like somebody's walking upstairs. I am here alone. But y'all heard that, right? Tell me if you can hear that. I don't know why I cannot find. I just watched it. I should be able to. Let's see. So weird. It's very peculiar because did I watch it on this phone or did I watch it on my other phone? There's a possibility I watched it on my other phone. That's why I can't find it here. But I just watched it and I see you guys. Let me engage with you guys because. Oh, you saw that also, Kat? Why is everybody folding to this man? Baby, y'all, listen. You know, some of y'all like to say, oh, we not our ancestors. Y'all better stop saying that foolishness. The ancestors were strong. Because let me tell you something. If you think being an enslaved person, and correct your verbiage, we were never slaves. We were enslaved humans. So stop calling Black people slaves. And Black people, stop calling yourself slaves. Also, around these parts, we don't use the term minority. We ain't no minority. Don't call me no minority. I ain't signing up for no minority programs. I don't care how much you give. You're not going to demonize me. I got too much integrity to take a demonized dollar. We are the diasporic majority. Y'all been telling that lie too long for your little your census crap. But here's the joke. When I was a teenager, y'all was talking about Black teenage pregnancy is out of control. We having babies like rabbits. The Blacks and Latinos is having babies like rabbits. Meanwhile, Becky wasn't having babies like rabbits. Y'all was saying she was going off and doing a sabbatical for a year before she went off to college to find herself, and she was living her life and getting her education. But us, used all my teenage years, I grew up knowing y'all was calling Black women hoes, saying that we was spitting babies out like it was going out of style. And saying that in the 60s, Black women were just having babies, and that all through the history of the United States, we keep heaving this narrative of how Black women is just putting out babies, just put, spitting babies out like puskits. That's what the narrative has been. If I'm lying, tell me I'm lying. Not the least of which is all of these white people owned enslaved people. They enslaved people. So you would have a family of 3 white people, and they owned and enslaved about 20 to 200 Black people. When did the numbers flip? How did y'all become the majority? Because y'all were literally breeding Black people, breeding us like cattle, making enslaved people have baby after baby after baby, taking their kids and impregnating them and making them have baby after baby after baby. Reconstruction came. We had our families. We got together. We tried to find each other back and build our families back. You did everything to redline us, to, every single Jim Crow us. You incarcerated all the men, leaving only a few men in the community for which women were trying to build families. And then you had Mr. Johnny, who had babies over here and babies over here and a family over there. And there's always been a whole bunch of Black babies. And yet you telling us we 13% of the population? Anybody dumb enough to believe that foolishness is a fool. And you got a problem, fight me. Go tell your mama. You a fool if you believe that Black people are 13% of this nation. We are not. They said a long time ago that the reason they said that the white man would be a minority in the country by 2035. That was the old thing. No, excuse me, 2065 was the old thing. Then they backed it down to 2035. Then they backed it down to 2029. Now they're saying 2027. We're at 2025. Yeah, white people have been in negative population growth in America for about 20 years now. Okay? All of this stuff, they started screaming, anti-abortion, anti-abortion. Don't believe the hype. I told you a long time ago. America went around the entire globe saying, we will give you money. You want a loan? You want money for your country? You got to impose the one-child rule. I told you that. In Asia, they had the one-child rule so that they could get money from America. They did it when Indira Gandhi was the president or prime minister or whatever of India. They did it to them. They forced sterilizations, they forced abortions, they forced a whole lot of stuff. And guess what? That is why we have a problem with trafficking, because there are a shortage of available women. Because America forced everybody into, they so anti, oh, no abortions. But guess what? They forced it all over the world. They sterilized people in Africa. They forced sterilized people all over the world. They're not anti-abortion. They're just anti-white abortion because their numbers are dwindling. If you think for the last 70 years in this country, we've been 13% of the population, then you have to know everything else they said was a lie. Which is it? Are we spitting babies out like it's out of control? Are we having babies uncontrollably? Or are we 13%? And how would one group of people stay 13% forever? Like, you got to know that they caught up in their lies. They are caught in their lies. They've been lying. Because first of all, nobody have abortions like Becky and Karen. Let's call it what a TI is. Y'all want to be puritanical, so you don't bring them babies. It ain't that y'all don't get pregnant. Oh, y'all be wilding out in college, baby. The little weekend trip with your girlfriend. Oh, we're going to the next state because we're going to have tea and trumpets. No, y'all going for group abortions. Let's call it what it is. I know what it is. I have a few white girlfriends. Trust me. We have conversations because I don't have time for play. I discuss real things with people. Real things. And when they're in the comfort of their little crew, they speak. Some of them could care less. You know they ain't out here having a bunch of babies. They want to be virgins and wear lily white lace, Battenberg lace dress on their wedding day. Let's call it what it is. You might talk about Black women and say we are having babies like rabbits, but guess what? You're missing the operative point. We are having our babies. And I'm not trying to throw shade at nobody. Let's be honest. When you think of who they say in society gets married and has children already, you're predominantly talking about us because we're going to bring our baby. You might call it teen pregnancy, but what you're missing, the point you're missing is young Black girls, no matter what the situation is, are going to have their baby. Now, are we a monolith? No, of course Black women have abortions. Of course. But let's call it what it is. We're having our children. So if all of these people are having children, how on earth are we 13% of the population for 70 years? Now, is that the new math? Because where they do that at? Not the least of which is y'all in negative population growth. The highest rate of personal unaliving is white men. Like, let's call it what it is. Let's stop faking. When are y'all numbers dwindling? When did the numbers flip? Please stop believing the okie doke, because that's where y'all say these rhetoric. I be hearing Black people sit up on TV talk, oh yeah, because we're doing programs for minorities. Who's a minority? I'm not your minority. Don't ever call me that, because you ain't gonna like my response. You're not gonna like it. We need to stop thinking that wealthy oligarchs, even if they talk like dunces, are your friend. Why y'all fell for the okie doke? I told y'all. I've been telling y'all about Trump since I started this channel. Y'all didn't want to hear me. Wait, they don't love you like I love you. Wait. He don't love y'all at all. He don't care about y'all. Y'all kept with the narrative, oh, he's going to lower the price of groceries. Where your low groceries at? Because I've been in the supermarket. They are more expensive since the election. They are. Ask Trump when he went in the supermarket. How would he know what a lower grocery is? You think he ever been to the supermarket? When does he go to the supermarket? much less half the Congress people and the Senate. When do they go to the supermarket? They send people. They have staff to do that. You know, the undocumented Latinos for Trump, that they work in their house because they're palatable to them. The new house nooks. Yes, let's call it what it is. Somebody got an attitude in here today, and let me check my number, because the last time I had a controversial conversation, I saw my numbers went down. Like I lost 9 followers. That's fine. Let's check and see how many I lost today, because I looked at it before I went in. Ooh, another 10. Bye. Hope you're not still watching. If you are, let me hurt your feelings a little more. You can have an attitude if you want. If you got an attitude, you don't want to face reality. You like the status quo of seeing Black people as less than. We entertain you. What am I? Like Joe Pesci said, what do you think, I'm funny? What, like, ha-ha, like I amuse you? You think I'm funny? I'm here to entertain you? I'm not here to entertain you, baby. I'm not here for your entertainment. I'm here for your listening pleasure. I'm here so that we can exchange information and learn and grow together. Y'all jumped off. Peace in the Middle East. It might be a few more y'all up here. Let me screenshot this so I can prove, because I screenshotted it before I came on. You got an attitude, bounce now. Bounce now. Because if you can't hear what I'm saying clearly and succinctly, and you're taking it as, why is she saying that about me? Then you the problem. If you think I'm talking about you, you the problem. Because I got a lot of white subs and followers and nerd herd family that know I'm not talking about them. They know I'm not talking about them because they don't treat people like that. They don't believe that. They don't treat people like that. They don't demonize Black people. They love Black people. They interact with Black people. They don't got a problem. If you jumped off, it's because you was racist from the get-go. And you thought I was here to amuse you. Bye, boo. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Go on. I screenshotted it. Go and jump off. Go and jump off. I'm not here for your amusement. I'm here to make change in this world. I'm here to cry aloud and spare not. I'm not here for your amusement. Vengeance is not mine. It is the Lord's. But you best to believe, he said, the bold are righteous. The righteous are bold like a lion. And to cry aloud and spare not. And that's what I'm doing. You got a problem with it, you're in the wrong channel. I love my white family. I love my white nerd herd. I love my Latino nerd herd. I love my Asian nerd herd. I love my Black nerd herd. I love every other ethnicity and race that I missed. I love you all. I love my people. What I don't like is no scallywags that's up in here, some looking ass. Oh, I don't like y'all. You could bounce. Because I know everybody here ain't for my friendship. Everybody here don't love me. I know the large majority of the people who are subbed are here because they found a home. Those of you who have a problem with this discussion, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Because racism is bad for your health. You got a problem with what I'm saying? Bounce. I see the number. Good riddance to you. I only want those here who are like-minded and are solution-oriented, who want to make change. Anybody here deserves to be here. You know what I saw at the gas station today when I went and I saw the guy who had to wedge his truck by the gas pump? I felt horrible for him. I said, my God. First of all, I've never in my life seen anybody get gas like that. Never. And it was a bunch of them they filling up. I'm sure they probably fill up whenever, but maybe they used to fill up at night. Now, nope, they filling up in the morning because they can't risk being out at night. I saw this big, the tree, the big dump truck for trees where they collect the tree body and then they got the grinder on the back to grind the trees and the stumps and make it into mulch and all that. And I think it was Lopez or something like that. And then he had the other truck beside him and it was a fleet. He had a whole fleet and they all gassing up at the gas station and getting their coffee and they, Coca-Colas and all that. And I said, they here doing their thing. And Nirvana said, you know what's messed up about this? People keep talking, they're taking American jobs. They're taking American jobs. Well, guess what? Americans think they're too good to do the jobs we do anyway. Now we run the gamut. Black people are in every single facet of society. But when the people who don't like us or want to demonize us or think we're here to serve them, They think that's why Trump came up with the black jobs. They're taking black jobs. What's the black jobs? What's the black jobs? Your boy Elon told y'all. MAGA was like, oh, deport all of them. They're taking good American jobs. And then Elon was like, we don't mean y'all, MAGA. Y'all dumb. We mean the H-1B visa people. The genius. They call that the genius visa. They call that's for smart people. They mean we used y'all to get our point, but we don't. Y'all, ain't nobody, no H-1B people are taking your jobs. You're not smart enough for those jobs. Let's call it what it is. What y'all mad at? Why y'all bad? He told you what a TI is. Guess what? Lopez, that was filling up his trucks. This man got trucks. He got a whole company. He had the whole crew. Y'all ain't out here climbing no 40-foot pines and chopping them down while you on the tree in midair. Y'all not doing that. Cut the shenanigans. You say they taking your jobs. Excuse me. Y'all about to be all up in America. Can't go to no restaurant. Grass in your front yard gonna be higher than a white suburban housewife on meth. Ha, baby, driving circles in the parking lot at the school, just circles. Like, let's keep it a buck. There are jobs that immigrants do that Americans think they too good to do. Am I lying? I mean, tell me if I'm lying, y'all. He told y'all to your, yes, baby, yes, leading in life. He told y'all to your face. Oh, no. We don't mean y'all American jobs. Boo-boo, go ahead at working at the Target and working at the local supermarket. We don't mean your jobs. You work at Walmart. We're talking about the H-1B visas, the genius visa. We're talking about the Silicon Valley intellectuals, not y'all. They told y'all to your face. And guess what? You turn around, Elon Musk and Trump and the rest of his cronies tell y'all to your face, and y'all turn around and say, but what about the black people and the Latinos? Why y'all mad at us? How are we getting this discussion? How are we getting this discussion? Why y'all keep turning it back to us? We over here in our corner minding our black and Latino and everything else immigrant business. Why y'all keep talking about us? Because you're too much of a punk to talk to your daddy. Y'all still in the corner talking the same old talking points. Tariffs, black jobs, white jobs. You know, y'all don't even understand what a tariff is and how. They taught us that in the 5th grade. Why weren't you paying attention? Why weren't you paying attention? I don't get it. I do not get it. How we 13% for 70 years? Like, your lies are falling on top of each other. We 13%. You called us promiscuous. All my teenage days, don't you get pregnant. You know, they talking about them black teens having a. I talked to an older black lady the other day. She said, you know what she said to me? Poor thing. Be watching the news. I felt so bad. I didn't want to hurt her feelings, but I had to correct her. I respect my elders, especially my old aunties, them, and I had to correct her. She said, you know, they said it's so much crime. It's so much crime. You know what she said? You know who they said is doing it? The young black boys. I said, no, ma'am. I cannot let that stand. I said, you expect the opposition to tell you the truth about what's happening in this world? They've been lying forever. Why would they tell the truth now? I said, I don't believe nothing they say. They can't tell me nothing. They doing the crime. You didn't hear what the gangbangers in Chicago said? They've been saying it for years. They went into the alleyway one day. This was the, what's the big gang in Chicago called again? The GDs. He was an OG for the GDs. And there was some YNs. And they said they went into an alleyway in the middle of the hood. And there was a big, like a type of crate that you would have to bring on a forklift. It was still on a pallet, a huge box. And the box was open at the top. And when it was like, yo, who put that there? You know, early in the morning, early afternoon, they start coming out like, yo, who put that there? What's in that? And they start looking at it. It was a box, a crate, big box on a pallet that you would have to lift with a massive forklift full of guns and bullets to match. Wait, they don't love you like I love you. What? Where do you think that came from? Where do you think that came from? Is Smith or Wesson black? Is Glock black? Is any of the gun makers black? And which one of the black people have the amount of buying power, money, pull to buy all of those guns and drop them off in a box in the hood with bullets to match, no less? And how come we live in a digital society where every iota of society, we went, look, the pandemic happened, y'all was up in the house, you came back out, they had them blue lights in every municipality and cameras everywhere. How come they still can't solve none of these gangbanging crimes? How come they don't know who's shooting in O Block? How come? Huh? The know-it-alls. Where's the know-it-alls that want to click off, that want to unsub but still watch? How come they don't know where all them guns came from? They put them into the community, and they remember when hip hop, see, all of it's connected. Y'all only think it's not because y'all believe the hype, but it's all connected. Remember when music was jump up party, having a good time, and and y'all thought hip hop was too soft. They ushered in gangster rap, but they created the dynamic in the community to be able to have to be a gangster, because when hip hop first came out, it was all party and BS. We was having a good time. It was house party. It was all of that. I mean, we had strong narratives like The Message. It's like a jungle sometime. It make me wonder how I keep from going under, but it was a song of hope. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. That means no matter how bad it is, my eye's still on the prize. Still on the prize. Rats in the front room. And you know what's the crazy thing? It's timeless. It's still relevant now. Rats in the front room, roaches in the back. Junkies in the alley with the baseball bat. I tried to get away, but I couldn't get far because a man with a tow truck repossessed my car. Don't push me because I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. Ha, 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 ha. Still trying to laugh. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. A man said, man, I don't want to, I don't want to see TV. I can't watch it too much. It's just not healthy. All my children in the daytime, Dallas at night, can't even watch the game or the Sugar Ray fight. Bill collectors to call my phone and scare my wife when I'm not home. Got a bum education. Since the station, I got it. There's a strike at the station. I got something. There's a strike at the station. Something, I can't even, I got myself a Zodiac. I think at the time there was the Zodiac Unaliver. The Big C membrane. I'm going and say, I can't remember right now, but if it was on, I know all the words. It's still relevant today. How come? How come? That was 1979, 1980. Why is The Message still relevant? Hip hop is the only, well, not the only. I would say it's the third organically created genre of music here in the Americas. Rhythm and blues, or four. Rhythm and blues, country, rock and roll, hip hop, all Black created genres. All. Fight your mama. I don't care what you say. I know the fact. I don't care what you think. I know it to be a fact. They are all originated from Blacks. You could go ahead with your Elvis Presley and your this one and your that one. Little Rock. He copied off of Little Richard. Little Richard created rock and roll. Okay? And the other nameless ones of his time. Y'all just colonize everything. Y'all be Columbusin. Taking something that exists and planting your flag and saying you discovered it. You didn't hear what happened? I don't even watch the Grammys and all that. But you didn't hear what happened last night? Somebody from the Associated Press was interviewing Babyface. And then some Chappelle, I have no idea who that is walking by, and mid-interview with Babyface, she screams out the name and wants to go to him. Babyface said, go do that. Go do that. I ain't begging for your attention. Now they behind running up. Oh, we apologize. We apologize. Hip hop was an organically created genre of music that is now the highest grossing genre of music in the history of the world. The history of the world, organically created in the Bronx by a man named Kool Herc, a Jamaican immigrant. A Jamaican immigrant. Remember that. Okay? All you FBAs and all you ADOS and whoever you is that only want to acknowledge American blacks. Hip hop was created by Kool Herc, a Jamaican immigrant. Okay? Fight yo mama. In a building called, I think it was 1589 or 1592, Sedgwick Avenue. You know who used to live in that building? My father. My daddy. Sperm donor, whatever you want to call him. He used to live in that building. I got a brother that lived in that building, his mama. A little brother, and listen, this little brother came when I was a whole grown adult, honey, because he was a Rolling Stone, and wherever he laid his hat was a home. And when he died, all he left us was alone. But I digress. My father lived in that building, so I know exactly where it is. I've been there. Sedgwick Avenue. That's where hip hop was created, in the Bronx, New York. Act like y'all know. Put some respect on that ish. And when you create something, the veterans don't ever, the people who are the creators, never reap the benefits of it. They paid the price to lay the foundation down to create this thing, and everybody else comes and pilfers. You got black kids who used to hustle, save their money, deliver papers, this, that, the other, get some turntables and some speakers, and baby, or boombox, they get out in the park and we all vibing and we together. It was a collective genre, a genre that brought people together. But they couldn't have us getting together and loving each other and being with each other and celebrating. And it was the voice of the unheard, inner city young people that had something to say and felt like nobody was listening to them. And society wouldn't listen, so we kicked in the door and made them listen. And guess what? Now everybody's pilfering from it. And as more and more, as first people didn't even pay attention to it. They would have smashed it a long time ago if they thought it was not just a fad. But once they realized that it was not just a fad and that it was taking hold, they started to usher in gangster rap and lower the vibrational frequencies of the music. They start introducing 808s and all of that stuff. Because before we was house party, we was, you had a high top fade and a rayon shirt with a print on it, and you was doing the button jam. But no, they said these ninjas is getting too much. Look, our kids in the suburbs are dancing to this music. No, we got to stop this. And it changed. And it started being 187 with my gat in your mouth. And I ain't coming against my brothers who spoke that, because they were speaking of their experience. It has always been about speaking what our experience was. The experience was caused by the ops. It was caused by the colonizers. And so when the music changes, because how they started treating us in the inner city changed. They understood that we were speaking what we were living. But you know what that comes from? That's the power of the tongue. Through our experience, because we could have allowed this experience to just take us down. No, we still fought, raged against the machine, still fought, and still took what was oppressing us, turned that around, rolled it out, and made some biscuits out of it, and still created a thing. Now everybody is sucking off of the hip hop teat and we don't have nothing to really show for it. Yeah, we celebrated 50 years and all that, but we don't have nothing to show for it. We don't. I know a chick back in the days before 9/11 happened. I got to look her up and find her. She was trying to create the hip hop museum. Yeah, she was doing a lot of work. Uncle Ralph's Urban Gear, Uncle Ralph McDaniels, who is a good friend of mine, his clothing store was next door to my beauty salon barbershop in Brooklyn. He was the creator of Video Music Box, a video music show, because MTV and all the mainstream video music programs would not show Black music videos. See, for some of y'all youngins that think Black people music videos been on TV all the while, no. Listen, MTV wouldn't even show Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, what they thought Michael Jackson was going to bring down the decay of society? That's how, listen, y'all think racism is something of yesteryear. Absolutely not. In the 80s, they wouldn't show Michael Jackson, okay, on mainstream music videos. They wouldn't show Michael Jackson. He, in fact, was the first Black video that MTV showed. Michael Jackson. And so we had to have a repository for our own music and videos. And that is why Uncle Ralph is a living legend and was able to make such a living off of this music, because no one else had video music of Black people, especially in the heyday of hip hop. He had it all. He became a video producer and started making music videos. I remember when he told me the story of how this group of young Black men came from Staten Island, and they started a rap group, and they were rapping, and they wanted to film a music video. And they came to his office, and he was like, brothers, y'all got to walk back out and come back in again. Respect my office and respect what we doing here. And it was like, oh, pardon me. And they walked back out in the hallway, and he said he looked in the hallway, and they had lined up all of their 40 ounces and their beers so that they can know whose was who. And then they walked in the office again. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to F with. They wanted to make a video. And I believe that first one was METHOD, man. Hey, you get off my cloud. You don't know me and you don't know my style. We be getting down when it comes to a jam. Here I am, the method. Yes, your girl is a veteran of hip hop. Keep telling you, I'm a child of hip hop. So to have someone who owns the entire treasure trove of Black music and music videos, because you know how much they had to pay him for a small snippet of a Black music video? He was a genius ahead of his time. He saw a void in society and filled it. What do you see? What voids do you see in society, and how are you filling it? Listen, the structure of the world as we know it is done, at least in these yet to be united streets of America. America as we know it is finito. Please be 100% aware. I'm not trying to break nobody's heart, or I'm not trying to fearmonger, but baby, America is falling. I told y'all this months ago when I first started doing my channel. Y'all could go back in the playlist and look. I told y'all months ago. I said America it is the only superpower nation that has not collapsed. And we are the baby of the superpower nations. If I'm not mistaken, I said America is the white kid standing in the shopping mall cursing his mom out because he wants another pair of Jordans, and she only bought him 2 in the last 2 days. Go back and look. I guarantee you. Probably almost verbatim. I've been saying that for years. Yeah, we are the superpower nation that in the history of the world, every superpower nation has fallen except America. It's time. And unfortunately so, because a lot of people look to your left, look to your right. You in your office, look to your left, look to your right. You in public somewhere, you in class, look to your left, look to your right. Some of them people ain't going to exist no more, and they ain't going to be here. If you know what I know, and you have the ability to get yourself a passport, get one. If you have a passport and it's almost its date of expiration, go renew it immediately. You out here spending every check buying junk, you better put some coins aside. Now, I don't know. Listen, with the rate of the planes dropping out the sky, I don't know if that's an option, but at least you better, I don't even know if getting in a boat is an option. Oh, Lord. We're going to have to rethink this one. But you better be able to put two nickels to rub together so you can get somewhere. If you got to get somewhere, at least not too far, be able to get to the Caribbean or something, because you best to have somewhere to go. You better get you a pen pal right now. You better find somebody named Winsome or somebody named Patsy in the Caribbean or Shelly Ann. Y'all better learn. You done been on vacation a few times. I know you had a few people on that cruise that you took a number. You better make some connections. You better have somewhere to go, because this America, baby, it's going to be survival of the fittest. Survival of the fittest. Okay, Sharon Dorsey, your time has come to get back to class later, baby. We'll see you. Oh, yeah. I heard Europe is bad, Helena. She said Europe is effed up too. Don't come here. Now, listen, I see what's happening over there, because somebody, I watched this woman. She said, if you have not gotten on Eurotalk, you better get, is that what you guys call it, Eurotalk? She said, you better get on it. She said, have you gotten on German TikTok? Get on it. They are protesting and everything. Yes, honey. Everybody better get somewhere. And we might be coming over there with you. So act like y'all know, because what's going on here, baby. Marie Rose said, you better teach your kids to eat those beans. Listen, it is about to be meager in these streets. Now, I've been telling y'all since I've been on this channel, how are you preparing in the event of Armageddon or anything? Have I not been saying that? Since she said, Croatia said no to NATO. Really? Listen, all of the countries that are not, Temper said, you got that right. Y'all better be, listen, I told y'all for so long, have an ability to have resources in the event everything shuts down. If Elon Musk is pillaging the Treasury Department, which pays out the money to not only programs, but government jobs, this, that, the other, where are your resources going to come from? I'm asking you. You won't even be able to go to local public assistance to get no assistance. You won't be able to go to anywhere. Social security. Listen, they are raiding. They are government raiders. They are raiding our government coffers right now. We would have no way of knowing how much money they stole. The dollar is backed by nothing. It is fiat currency. They're in the treasury where the plates to strike money exist. They probably got them printing machines printing. Now, if you start seeing lopsided dollars and stuff, because you know they don't know the work. And he got some youngins in there, some impressionable young boys who are probably worshiping him. They are techies, and they think like, oh, we down with Elon, baby. Some of them dollar bills is going to be lopsided and sloppy. When you start seeing them lopsided dollar bills, get rid of them. Get them out of your hand. Stock up on spring water, not just any kind of water, spring water. Listen, Ukraine even said they was willing to send some. Now, Ukraine is in war, being bombed and desecrated, and they even was willing to send some of their firefighters to LA. Now, what that say? Listen, the global world is now, America used to be the cousin whose mama and daddy had good jobs and they lived in the biggest house. They had the best house. They used to go on vacation all the time. They had the best wardrobe, the best sneakers. And, you know, you loved your cousins. You looked up to them. Some of them was cool. Maybe a couple of them was some show-offs. But for the most part, you loved those cousins and you felt popping just because those cousins were, well, me and my sisters were those cousins. You know, we wasn't showing off, at least not me. But no shade to my sisters. But you know, my mother was the first person in our family to leave the island of Trinidad. My mother was the first person in our family to go to college from the Trinidadian side. Like, literally, that upward mobility was in my household. So we had the cousins that every time we went to visit, they, oh, God, oh, you come bring me a this and send me this and I want this and we need a this and yeah, I get it. I know what it is. I have the American side of my family because my father's American and the Caribbean side of my family because my mother's Caribbean. I know what both sides look like. Absolutely. I know what both sides look like. I know both of those situations. Y'all got to act like y'all know. It's not always going to be roses right now. America is falling, to my best opinion and belief. And fair use and all that other stuff and the opinions and the comments of the Dopest Nerd channel or those of the Dopest Nerd channel and yada, yada, boo, 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 all of that. Locked got that all in. She got that all in together. Look it up. It's there. Fair use, all that other good stuff. Freedom of speech, best opinion and belief. We gotta, guys, stock up on your resources. I'm not one for canned food. I don't particularly care for canned food, but y'all get y'all dry beans and stack them. But if you got dry beans, you better have water too. And I saw a video the other day. I'm gonna come back on later on, and I'm gonna do a video of we're gonna cover we're gonna screen IMQHEF, one of his videos, and talk about all the different things they're presenting to us. I watched this mother cook. Now, I haven't tried it myself, but she illustrated if you take a black towel and you pour coarse salt on it, apparently you can cook. She said we cooking in the bedroom or something like that. And I was like, what does that mean? And then I'm watching and they have a pot on top of this black coarse salt and it's cooking. It's cooking the contents of the pot. And I'm like, huh? So I want to know more and learn more. Oh, thank you, Cynthia. I appreciate it, baby. I love you all too. Look, these are conversations we got to have. I love my global family. I love you all. I don't care what the color of your skin is. I love you all. I don't care what your ethnic origin and makeup is. I love you all. We all have value. We all have merit. We all have worth. We all have a place in this world. And no one person is better than the other. Thank you. And that's on a global scale. Absolutely. Everybody needs to get their stuff together. 10%, it sounds like you get a little bit of idle life in you. I do. Listen, I was raised by the Caribbean side of my family. Predominantly. I mean, I interacted with the American side of my family, but I am a Trinidadian girl. Here in America, born in America, but I'm a Trini. I'm a Caribbean girl. I grew up with the whole Caribbean infrastructure of my family. That's how I was raised. That's what that's what I know. That's what I cut my teeth on. Of course, I was exposed to the American side as well, but the Trinidadian side really has, and the whole Caribbean, because I have cousins from Jamaica, cousins from everywhere, Barbados. The Caribbean side of my family is what I was raised on. Just the values, the traditions, the ways, the culture, everything. That's how I was raised. And I'm 100% proud of it. 100% proud of it. They are solid values. And not taking anything away from American thing. I'm just saying what I was exposed to was very solid, very cultured. And I wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't trade it. I learned a lot. I would not trade it. But we have to have these conversations. We are all called to go and do something. I could not find that video. When I come back, I'm going to give it to Locke for her to post it in the comments. We need to, there are, like I said, on Wednesday, there are going to be protests all around the country. We cannot allow an illegal, like he wants to call, and I don't like to call nobody illegal immigrant, but he is an illegal immigrant. He needs to be put out this country. He does not have security clearance. He is a non-elected person. He doesn't have the right to be involved in first time in the country, to my knowledge, at least publicly, that any type of person on the fringe of society was allowed into the coffers of the government and into the federal cabinets and offices and government coffers. I've never seen this before. I've never seen it. Now, has it been done behind or inadvertently through lobbyists and bribing and all those things? Absolutely. They curry favor because they pay the money and they lobby and they give free trips and dinner and stuff like that. But this overt act right here is a first, and it needs to stop instantly, and it needs to be a last. This is a first for this kind of overt act. Like, he got rid of the FAA the head of the FAA, director of FAA. Days later, planes just falling out the sky, crashing. And listen, this is my opinion and belief. While I don't have tangible proof, I know what my eyes saw, and it doesn't look like the Black Hawk tried to avoid the plane. This is my opinion. My condolences to the people who were affected by all of these crashes. I watched for the Philadelphia crash. There was a young man in the car with his parents, or at least his dad. His mother was there, but I don't know if she was in the car at the time. He said he was driving. They saw the commotion happening. He heard his son in the back seat say to his little sister, "Oh my God, watch out, get down, get down." And then she got down, and as he was trying to push him down, something came through the car and a piece of metal. The man said he turned around and looked. He didn't hear his son anymore, and a piece of metal was sticking out of his head. His car was impaled by a piece of metal from the plane, and it impaled the son in the head. They had to rush him to the hospital. They rushed him to a hospital that didn't even do child surgeries, but they rushed him into surgery and did the surgery to extract the piece of metal and sustain his life, and then transferred him over to the Children's Hospital of Pennsylvania, who has done the ongoing. And they said he would never walk again. And now they said not only is he walking again, he is talking and starting to come to, which is huge, huge, because that is a traumatic brain injury. That is a traumatic brain injury. Like, he is going to have one heck of a recovery. And I prayed when I heard first about the boy being impaled. I said, Father God, I was on a live yesterday on 2 days ago on Maggie's channel on Saturday, and a young lady named Steph was telling us about a young man, a person who subscribed to her channel. Her son got shot in the head, and she said when she heard, she said, I prayed for a Netanya-sized miracle. I prayed to God for a Netanya-sized miracle. And they thought the young man would not survive. Not only did he survive, she said he's talking and he's alert. A Netanya-sized, I was humbled. I said, a Netanya-sized miracle. And this young man is talking. She texted me yesterday to let me know, and not to divulge her, private communications with me, but we had this conversation on Maggie's show live. But for her to share this information with me, it just warmed my heart because, she said, I met you yesterday on Maggie's channel. It was very nice meeting you. Just wanted to give you a quick update about the subscriber's son who was shot, oh no, he wasn't powed in the head. He did it to himself, attempted to unalive himself. The bullet didn't touch his brain, she said. And today she reported that he has been speaking to her and was sitting up. He apparently had surgery yesterday. God knew what I was saying when I prayed for a Netanya-sized blessing and miracle. God is awesome, and so are you. Hope you have a great day. Take care. I mean, my God. That is the prayer people are asking for, a Netanya-sized miracle? My God. Humbled. To God be the glory. To God be the glory. But what a thing to pray for. Like, that's a thing? I couldn't believe it. Someone else texted me and said when they heard about the plane crash, the first person they thought about was me. I was like, wow. I'm honest. Like, I don't know that I have this impact on people. I was today years old when I found out that was a thing. I was Saturday years old when I found out that somebody would pray on behalf of someone else for a Netanya-sized miracle. Whew! To God be the glory. To God be the glory. And God answered. He knew exactly what she meant. And look, the young man is speaking, sitting up, able to talk to his mother, and granted another chance. I know sometimes I come here and I feel and I seem froggy. I'm froggy because I love y'all. I'm froggy because I love life. I'm froggy because I love God. And we got to do something. We have got to do something. This is not right, and it's not safe, and it's not okay. The world as we know it is being snatched. Y'all hear this? I could only call it the Holy Spirit walking through my house. I'm by myself. Nobody's in this house with me. Can y'all hear that? Put it in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all heard that. It sounds like someone is upstairs walking in my house. This is all the time. Other people jump and are frightened by it. You heard it, Shannon. Yeah, it's loud. Yeah, this person is, I don't know if it's somebody living in my attic, because I did see that on social media too, where a guy went up in the attic and was like, somebody living in my attic. I'm getting ready to go up there. It was loud. I hear it all the time. I'm not listening. Now y'all see what I'm talking about when I say I'm not afraid? I'm not afraid. I'll be talking to it. Holy Spirit said, you got to call a thing a thing. I'll be like, who are you? Are you a demon? Or are you here with positivity? If you come in peace, I invite you into the space. Come on in. Let me know what you want. Let me know what you're coming to tell me. If you're one of my ancestors and you're here to protect me, and I love you. But please know, I declare and decree by the ever-loving name of Yeshua the Christ, the blood of Yeshua of Nazareth, and the Holy Spirit and his Father God. If you are here for nefarious intent, get thee behind me, Satan, out. I declare and decree you have no dominion in this house. Get out. So it must be a positive spirit, because baby, me not have time for it, and I don't play. But I certainly ain't scared. I ain't scared. It's loud. I ain't scared. I know whatever the spirit is, it's busy, be walking heavy. But I'm covered by an almighty God who's omnipresent, who's omniscient and omnipotent, and is always with me. And I ain't scared. I ain't scared. He said, call a thing a thing. I had somebody today, and let me tell you something. When you are walking according to God's will and his way, and you walking the right way, and you are covered by the Holy Ghost, demons know. They could be in a whole nother car. They feel your presence. They know where you at. So help me God. Drop my daughter off, got on the highway to come home. This man tried to, I literally was merging onto the highway. It was literally running out. This is a heavy merge lane, running out of lane. I could see this guy coming from behind in my side view mirror. He jumps out of, all he has to do is maintain his lane. He jumps out of his lane into the merge lane and tried to run me into the gate, into the, the divider. I said, oh, that's what you thought? I said, vengeance is the Lord. I ain't gonna hurt you. But baby, he said, call a thing a thing. I see you, demon. I chased his behind down. He did it and dip, like he thought. I said, oh no, not today. I ain't letting this go. So, it's like when the kid in the class smack you and walk back to the desk, and you be like, and you jump up and you go slam him because what he smacked you for. And then guess what? Now, nobody saw him smack you, but they see you chasing him down. They acting like you're the bad guy. They want to join in and help try to block me from, I drove that sucker down, and I was like, what? What happened? I started cutting him off. I said, what? You don't want to play? What happened? You wanted to play a minute ago. He looked over. He was shocked, like, oh, she caught up to me? Yes. Then I dipped over on him, and he tried to dip over. I dipped over in front of that. Then he dipped over. I dipped back over. I said, what happened? You don't want to play? You wanted to play a minute ago. Let's play. And people was looking, trying to get in front of me. Mind your business. I want my Father's business. I ain't gonna hurt him. Vengeance is the Lord. But let me tell you what you're not gonna do, demon. The righteous are bold like a lion. I'm gonna drive you down and let you know I saw you, demon, and you don't got no dominion over me. Okay? Let's play. That sucker was scared. Scared. Now he's all like I'm trying to hurt him. I ain't trying to hurt you. You thought it was fun when you just almost ran me off the road. He almost slammed me into the barricade and took off. This man was in the far lane, the entrance lane that you merged from. I watched him coming up behind me. All he had to do was maintain his lane. I would have merged in. No, he jumped into the merge lane and tried to run me off the road. And then immediately dipped all the way across the highway and went to the fast lane. Now, you tell me that wasn't on purpose. I said, oh, you must have thought wrong, boo. You thought, you tried it. Baby, I chased down in blood clot and I gave him some clot. You hear? I don't play those games. You want to take my life? You think you're going to try to take my life? Let me show you something, devil. I'm about to show you something. Oh, baby, I bad drove that sucker so bad. He was shocked. He was done. He didn't want no more. Too bad. We don't stop when you say stop, boo. We stop when I say stop. When I've had enough, because you shouldn't have messed with me. If you a demon and you think you want to mess with me, baby, the bold, the righteous are bold like a lion. Let me roar for you real quick before I let you go. That sucker was so scared. I'm telling you. And I wanted to put the fear of God in him, because don't you ever play like that. I know he did it on purpose, because if he'd have maintained his lane, I would have merged in. We would have never seen each other again. At least I wouldn't have remembered him, because he would have been driving. I would have been driving. But when you jump in the lane and try to cut me off and try to slam me into the wall when you know the lane is ending, and then zoom all the way across the highway to the far lane, you did that on purpose. And I'm about to give you back 15 times what you thought you gave me. He was terrified. Then all these other people on the highway start trying to bad drive me like I'm the bad guy. Mind your business. Mind your business. Let me deal with this demon over here before you get some clot where you're not asked for. Because stop worrying about what I'm doing. I ain't hurt him, but I let him know. Baby, this is a child of God. Play if you want to. Go play with your mama, not me. And then he was kind of like, he looked at me like, enough already, enough already. Okay, you thought. Not today, boo. Plus, I just got over what was trying to take down my spirit, all that was trying to attack me, all of the monitoring spirits that was trying to, because baby, let me tell you something. While I love doing what I'm doing here with y'all, and I love my nerd herd family, don't think for 1 second that it ain't full of monitoring spirits. Monitoring spirits trying to wish me negative. Baby, I see y'all. I know who y'all are. Please don't sleep and think your girl is sleeping. I know who my monitoring spirits are. I know. And trust me, I know y'all was trying to do all kind of spiritual wickedness against me. I know. But you can't play with God's children. You can't. You could try. But once I get the whiff, I had to pull myself away, extract myself. I said, let me extract myself. Shout out to the dopest mod. Shout out to the other mods, Lakeisha and Charlotte. Everybody was going through their little stuff. Dopest mod wasn't feeling so great. Everybody give her love. Our sister got through what she was going through. I definitely had got through what I was going through, because baby, I was over it. I was like, oh, listen, me not have time for this. I have a life already. I ain't got time for all these monitoring spirits. But for some reason, they love me. I say, if you like and you interested, come on in. But leave your crosses at the door. Leave your ill thoughts at the door. Oh my God, Dee Fox. Are you serious? Oh, my condolences, sis. Everybody show love to our sister Dee Fox. She said she lost her fiance a week ago. I'm so sorry. And you thought it not robbery to be here with us. I pray that we are bringing you a level of comfort and love. Everybody, please put some condolences, some flowers. Throw some flowers in the chat for our sister. Let's show our sister some love. We offer you love and condolences. May he rest in peace. May your fiance rest in peace. Let's show our sister some love, please. My goodness. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I have a very serious spirit of discernment. And baby, when I tell you the monitoring spirits is within here, and for yourself, I want you guys to pay attention to who the monitoring spirits are in your own life. Because trust me, we're so sorry for you. I can't imagine what that feels like. I mean, I put my husband to rest. I know what that loss is. But may God give you the strength to go on. And just know that you have an additional angel walking with you, covering you. What happened, Kim? What you thought was suspicious? Kim said, I thought it was suspicious also. What was suspicious, Kim? Talk to your girl. Oh, why I wasn't here? Monitoring spirits, baby. Please pay attention to you monitoring spirits in your own life. They come to kill, conquer, and destroy, baby. Ain't nothing good in them. They come to tear you down. They don't like progress. They don't like what you're accomplishing. They don't like when people love you. There are people who hate you just because other people love you and rock with you so hard. And I could feel the spirit of that over me. Yeah, absolutely. Temper said, Natanya, it's a reason you say that I've been seeing the same. My yard is full day and night. Absolutely. Monitoring spirits want to know everything you're doing. Where you going? Where you was? Where you went? What you doing? What you wearing? You ate? How it tastes? Let me taste it. You got some? Be careful. They don't mean you no good. Some of y'all are calling people your best friends, and they're not your best friend. They're monitoring spirits. They keeping a tabs on everything you do for a reason. They can't stand your progress. And let me tell you something. They might laugh with you. They might listen to your stories. They might call you. Baby, they hate you. They hate you. You might see them every day. Might live in a house with them. If you know what I know, shake them off. Shake them off. Because they come to kill, conquer, and destroy. They want to stop your progress. They want to sussle, as we say. They want to go and sussle all over the place about you. There are people in your life that you think is your friend or your family or your whatever, and your colleague, and you think that y'all have a level of acquaintance. They are a monitoring spirit that take everything you say and go carry it somewhere else. You know who these people are in your life, but especially the ones that you interact with on a first name basis. However, you've had a feeling before like, maybe it's nothing. You see, as soon as you got to say, maybe it's nothing, that's one of your monitoring spirits. And when you're around them and other people that you know, the other people act a little shady to you. And you can't figure out, why is she acting like that? Child, I ain't going to study her. And you just keep being yourself and your loving. Baby, that other person is acting shady because that monitoring spirit is sussing on your name, honey, dogging you out. And so the other person is like, humoring you. But honey, they are plotting on your growth. They can't stand it. See, birds of a feather flock together. Haters find other haters to flock with. Misery loves company. Whoever wrote that, baby, they was a genius. Misery loves company. Monitoring spirits walk in a pack. If you ever found yourself to be, you cool, you got acquaintances, you got friends and all that, but you don't have no big crowd of people you hang with, you a good spirit. Because, baby, monitoring spirits, you see some people you know they got 20 homegirls. And you're like, how come I don't got 20 homegirls? You know why? Because haters flock together. You in good company with you and your little one or two friends. Stay there. Stay there. Carry go and bring come. Yes, me dear child. Them carry go and bring come all the time. They and in America they call it they carrying a bone. Take your bone, carry to another yard, honey. Listen, if you don't got no whole heap of big friends and no big circle, and you just got a small little group, watch your small group too. But you got a small little group. You call your girlfriends every now and then, or maybe they don't live in the same city as you. Y'all grew up, y'all kind of spread out. Yeah, you got your 1 and 2. That's fine. It's okay. When you see them chicks that's in a massive, them 20 chicks that's always together, they always partying, they always going here. First of all, your priorities is all effed up because this ain't even no always partying time. So if y'all always still partying all the time, your priorities are screwed. You're missing something. Or you're keeping up a set of bacchanal all the time because that's how you keep your monitoring spirits activity going, because they're feeding off of you. They energy harvesters. Baby, they sucking out all the energy off of you. That's why when you see them, they look like they've been on the TikTok shop and their skin look like glass because they powdering up their face with your energy. You starting to draw down and look maga. You look draw down and look at coalition, and their skin is popping because they are priming and exfoliating with your energy. I had to pull back. And as the old people say, I'm going to sit down. Southern people say, go sit down. Trinidadian auntie might say, well, go and hold your ass in the corner or something. I had to get from around here. Because monitoring spirits that mean me no good, shout out to Expressions of Mishonesty, what up, boo, was round in the place. And you have to harvest back your energy. You have to pull away so you can get your stuff back together and then wheel on come again. Because they will draw your energy till there's nothing left. They hate you and they don't want to see you shine. They don't. Just keep it a buck. You might have known them all your life. Sometimes monitoring spirits are assigned to you. It could be one of your old friends from way back in the days that y'all used to play hopscotch together. She'll sit down and listen to all your sad stories. Let you say, girl, guess what? I went to work today and girl, I got a promotion. She's going to be like, let me call you right back. Child, I don't know why this man keep calling me. Click. And she'll never call back. But she got all the time in the world for your sad stories. Stop telling people your stuff. Stop telling people your business. Stop telling people your sad stories. They're energy harvesters. They feed off of them. Sometimes people in your life, I've said this before, y'all done heard me, they're so close to you because they want a front row seat to your demise. They're not here for nothing else. They is the chick that always, girl, you heard so-and-so is in concert. I got my tickets. Yeah, they always got a front row because they want a front row seat to your demise. Be mindful. What you say, your TV came on many times by itself? And the heat pump? Yes, honey, because that's spirits. Spirits, they're bold. Cast them out. Every now and then, burn some sage and burn them out. And people got their opinions of this, that, and the third. But let me tell you something. Monitoring spirits is out here. If you think you don't know, you don't believe me, you'll see. What you said, Laura? I used to have a friend like that. Oh, wait, I clicked the wrong one. Sorry. Hey, Charlotte. I used to have a friend like that always saying, so you didn't take me? Yup. Or so you didn't give me any? Oh, absolutely. That's a monitoring spirit. You can't have nothing. They got to have a piece of everything you have. When you was younger, you used to tell your business and it's that. Don't tell your business. After my uncle passed, what you said, Kim? After my uncle passed this summer, I said, listen, you didn't call when you were alive. Don't be calling me. Listen. Honey, because baby, when I tell you they didn't got no time for you, they don't have time. They got time for your sad stories. But let you say something good happened. Girl, I got a new car. I got to call you back, girl. These kids around here making noise. Let you get a promotion. Let you get a new car. Let your man buy you something nice. Baby, they ain't got no time. They got to go. Toe hurting, the kids making noise, something. Be mindful of who you share your information to. When you got something to do, keep it to yourself. Talk to God. Take it to the altar. Shannon said, I had a bestie like that, had to block her. Yep. Sometimes you just got to block them. Sometimes you just got to go cold, no explanations needed, because they know what they're doing. You know and they know. Some things are better left unsaid. I ain't got no problem confronting nothing. Y'all, by now, y'all know that about me. I confront stuff. But for your own mental health, some stuff don't even require a confrontation. Some stuff require just go rogue, go silent. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. We live in a crazy world. Oh, yes, honey. The toe hurt, the this hurt. They always don't got time. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you just got to pull away because why do you need them? Harvesting your energy. And if you really think about it, you'll think back and you'll be like, wait a minute. Yeah, they used to do such and such to me. I never did anything. I don't know why she did that. And you know what? I remember when he did this. He was always cool. I'm not really sure why he did that. And they always want to know everything you're doing. But then every time you turn around, they somewhere. They didn't tell you a thing. They just got pictures. Girl, look at us. Or you happen to just scroll on social media. They here, there, and everywhere. They ain't said nothing to you. They know everything that's going on in your life. They looking at every single one of your posts. But they ain't interacting with nothing. They ain't liking nothing. They peoples that you met by chance be liking your stuff. Hey, girl, what's up, girl? I see you doing your thing. Keep it up. Not them. Put a 1 in the chat if you ever had a monitoring spirit or if you know of one in your life now. Because they out here. You ain't got to call a name, but put a 1 in the chat if you got some monitoring spirits or had some monitoring spirits at some point in your life. Mm-hmm. So you know what I'm talking about. Remember that feeling. Remember how they made you feel. Remember how you felt when you were around them. Remember how they treated you, especially in front of other people. Remember that. When you cross that energy again, remember it. You know what? This energy feels familiar. Hold on. This is reminding me of so-and-so. Yeah, I ain't feeling this. This is a monitoring spirit all over again. Let me back up. Because, baby, once that original monitoring spirit or those original monitoring spirits realize that you onto them, that spirit will jump out of their flesh and jump into the next one. Like, she up on you, boy. I can't use your flesh no more because she know. Got to jump over here. And it will reappear. Start out good. They're going to love bomb you. They're everywhere. Ooh, they're your bestest friend in the whole wide world. And they're going to cheerlead in the beginning. But that's just to love bomb you, to get up in. Once they up in, baby, here come the same old thing again. Promise you. Don't let them feed off of you. Don't let them suckle off of your nutrients. Don't. You need all that good collagen and everything for your own skin. You know, see, look, 54, look at all these cheekbones I got. I got cheekbones to spare. Cheekbones are important, baby. Your cheekbones start falling, your face look gaunt. I'm 54. I know I look young. I might not be as slim as I once was. I'm working on that. But one thing I know is I look great for 54. Don't let nobody draw you down. You know why my cheekbones are still so plump and fluffy? Because I tell it like a TI is. I don't start trouble with nobody. I don't make problems with nobody, but you best believe I see a thing and I call a spade to your face. You got a problem with it? Check yourself. Take it to the altar. It's above me now. Take it to God. Take it to God or your nana. It's above me. But what you not going to do, you ain't going to live off of me. You ain't going to suck out my energy for your goodness. No, I like these cheekbones. Look at these cheekbones. Look how chunky these cheekbones are. Who cheekbones are still this chunky at 50? I'm going to be 55. Who got this much plumpness in their face at this age? People's face start to draw down, not me. I'm going to hold on to my good looks, okay? You know why? Because I suffer fools gladly. I'm not going to let myself feel like trash because I don't want to hurt your feelings. I don't want to say anything. All of y'all that got the problem of, I don't want to be the bad guy. I want people to think I'm nice. You will continue to suffer in life until you shake that off. That don't serve you none. Doesn't serve you at all. That I didn't want to be the nice guy. I ain't telling you go out there and roll up your sleeves and be like fisticuffs. No, I'm not telling you that. I'm saying all you got to do is sign off. Yeah, I don't feel valued here anymore. I feel like we're ships sailing in two different directions. I enjoyed you. It was nice while it lasted. Mm-hmm. Yes, my dear. Thank you, child. I'll be 55. Mm-hmm. And you know why? The cheeks are still plump and I'm so full of life because I love me and I understand the value of me. And I don't need no 50 million people, no crowd of people to go knock about in the street. Look, I went out with my girlfriend. It wasn't her birthday, but it was one of her good friends' birthday. She was like, come with me, come with me. And I was like, okay. And then I started thinking about it. I was like, why did I say okay? This is my homegirl. I check for her. But I was like, I don't want to go nowhere. I don't want to go nowhere. Baby, I went out from the minute. I was like, oh, why did I come? I'm looking around at all these people. I said, I ain't got a single thing in common with not one of these people. Why am I here? All I could think was, I want to be home. I want to be home, roll up my thing and be watching. I want to be in my bed with my fuzzy socks watching YouTube, either on YouTube talking to y'all or watching somebody else YouTube. I was like, I don't belong here. I don't belong here. Listen, don't feel no type of way to drive your own car. If you go somewhere, somebody invite you somewhere and you agree to go, and listen, you might say, I don't want to go, but you might feel obligatory because that's your people's and yeah, I always flake out on them and yeah, I'll go with you, no big deal or whatever. And that's your friend and we make sacrifices for our people. And you know, for whatever reason, they would like your presence and they're a good person and you check for them, it's okay to go. But normalize driving your own car so you can be like, deuces, I'm going. Drive your own car so you can break out when you need to. Because I'm notorious for that. On this particular night, I did not drive my own car. So I was sitting there like, wait. You know, like I was like, I want to get out of here. And listen, and here's the deal. I wasn't really stuck because I said, listen, I leaned over and said, I'm ready when you are. You ready to go? Because I'm ready. She was like, okay. I sat back for a little while longer after I watched another 3 chicks hunching and twerking super hard. Bang, bang, slamming their back. I said, you ready to go? Because I'm ready to go. All I kept thinking was, you gonna tear your back out, girl. Juking your back that hard. I was like, where am I? I had to get on. I said, this ain't for me. I ain't knocking you, but this ain't for me. Normalize driving your car so you can leave whenever you want. Don't let nobody control your destiny. I don't care how simple it is. Something like the peace of mind to go home, to stop off and get you a good burger, home of the good burger or whatever, put your feet up and lick your fingers and watch your show. That's peace. Stick to your peace. Stick to your peace. And trust me, I don't oblige people like that to be going out and going. Listen, I am Flake Master Flex. I've told you that forever. I've been that for years. My friends call me that for years. I flakes out. Now, I will say, yeah, I'm going because in my heart, I really want to go and support you. But baby, once I start having a conversation with myself, like, as much as you love them and you want to support them, Miss Honey, you know you don't want to go. You know what, girl? I ain't going. I knew you wasn't going. Why do I waste my time inviting you? Say, because you love me and you want my company. You enjoy my company. However, as much as I love you, God will remove the taste of all those places out of your mouth. That's how you know you living for God. Really. That's when you truly know you was 100% sold out for God. When you lose a taste for all those places. Because remember, when we was younger, I was a hot foot now. Now, don't get me wrong. Back in the days, I was a hot foot, honey. Oh, I was out there. But you lose all of those, a taste for all of those things. You know, you look around and you don't belong. And you listen, a good time for me is being at home watching a series. Baby, that's a whole good time. That's a whole good time. Got my nice mushroom coffee and a little almond windmill cookie or something. Or Pepperidge Farm thumbprint cookie. Baby, that's a jolly good time to me, honey. Some good food. I don't need to be in the street. I have a phenomenal time. Every now and then I go walk down the hallway and go to my daughter's room and get on her bed and be like, oh, it's so cozy in here, girl. You want to hang out with your mommy? You want to watch her? I always say, when she was little, she used to say, I want to watch a family movie. So I'd be like, you want to watch a family movie? And then she'll lay motionless like this with her phone and be like. And after a couple of minutes, I'll get up and be like, I've been kicked out of better joints than this. Fine, I can take a hint. And I'll walk out. And she'll be like, I didn't say anything, mommy. I'll be like, I've been kicked out of better joints than this. And I walk out. And that was my going out. I walk across the breezeway and go to her room. Oh, it's nice and cozy in here, girl. I like what you did with the place. And I'll mess with her for a while. And then I'll walk back to my room. And that's a good time for me. Every now and then I might be, Vana. As soon as she hear me, she'd be like, yes, Vana. What am I going to do when she going to college, y'all? Because, baby, that is my throat is a little dry. You take a little drink. You mind giving me something to drink? She'd be like, what would you like to drink, mommy? And if I say give me something to drink, if you don't specify, baby, you best believe Nirvana is bringing you back spring water on the rocks. Sometimes it's her passive aggressiveness, and sometimes it's I think it's what's best for you. Most times it's what's best for you, and other times she'd be like, oh, you gonna make me get up and go downstairs to get you something? Okay, you getting water. And I'd be like, I said something to drink. She's like, that's something to drink. Drink water, it's good for you. Those are your words. Drink water, it's good for you. I'll be tight. Eventually I gotta drag my fuzzy socks down the stairs and go get me some lemonade. I promise you. Well, ain't nothing wrong with there you go. You said get you some tacos and some fuzzy. Listen, honey, listen. But we are still now. Your girl had to go on a fast from a YouTube fast, but I'm back, y'all. So I'm gonna go get your girl, and when I come back, I will be back on, and we will be discussing another topic. We're gonna play catch up. But by all means, like one of my content creator friends said, talk to your people and don't be ashamed to say support the channel. Support comes in all fashion. I love when you guys interact with the channel. Share the channel. Drop your girl a Cash App or a super chat or a super I'm sorry, I actually had a few of them and I think I might have missed them. Charge it to my head and not my heart because I was just talking, but definitely I'm grateful to everybody for their super chats and their super stickers. You see the Cash App there. Also, the mods, please drop your Cash Apps or whatever form of payment you could take. Show your mods some love. Show your girl some love. This is what I do. This is what I do. You already know the situation. I'm not out in the streets like that, and I'm not at anybody's job. I mean, I'm a life insurance agent when I write policies, but I'm not even really interacting with the public like that because of just how sticky it is right now. So this is my job. So if you guys only celebrate your girl and give me $5 per episode, well, then I'm a $5 blank. And if you support your girl and you love what I'm saying, you love what I'm doing, if it's within it. Now, those who can't, it's okay. Support me other ways. Send me a love. Shout out to Masai for the super sticker. Thank you, my love. I appreciate your support. I want to make sure I acknowledge those who support me because it's super important. And all of your support matters to me. Whatever manner and way that you're able to support your girl, please continue to do so. But this is what I do for a living. So show some support. A content creator told me, you never say, support me, support me. And I'm just like, I don't want to bug people. And he's like, listen, if they enjoy what you do and they enjoy, it's nothing wrong with it. So I'm gonna, like I said, the merch and everything is gonna be getting out. I just had to take a whole fast from YouTube. Like it was a lot going on, a lot. And I don't like negativity. I don't like malicious people. And sometimes when that stuff starts kicking up, I just remove myself from the equation because we don't have time for that. I think it was probably so far up the thing, I missed it. I apologize. I definitely want to acknowledge those who have, just skipped it. I just saw it. I'm scrolling so fast. Did I scroll up or down? What did I just do? I must have scrolled the other way. But I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I'm going to go get the Trusty Dusty show producer because She has a vocal lesson. She already warned me. She got a vocal lesson. So, and let me shout out the Trusty Dusty show producer girl. She got 5 more college acceptances. Shout out to LA Chick for the super sticker. I appreciate you, my love. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. I think there was one more. Your girl got 5 more acceptances. Oh, I just passed it. What am I doing that I'm scrolling so fast by it? What did I? I'm so proud of her. She is just, what a pleasure to mother. Your girl is, I mean, and they said, I remember college acceptances were just like, congratulations, regular letter. Your girl is getting whole packets with certificates and this, that, the other scholarship money. She's doing her thing. I was like, shout out to Tink for the super chat. She said, thank you for bringing this to light. Important subject. Much love, Natanya. Thank you so much, my love. I appreciate you. Thank you for showing love, supporting the channel. Excuse me. Oh, and Shannon too. How did I miss all of these? My apologies. Shout out to the carrots. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you for the love, my dear. You always support your girl. I love you guys. I love you all. Marie Rose, thank you for the super sticker, my love. Thank you so much. I didn't realize I passed all of these. Child, I was running my mouth. Yeah, I know I'll be running my mouth. I think that was it. I'm not sure. If I skipped it, please forgive me. Charge it to my head and not my heart, because that is absolutely not my intention. But like I said, I had to take a fast from social media because it was becoming negative and wearing me down. And I don't want to participate in negativity. I just feel like we have so much positive things that we can participate in. I love the collection of energies and people that are here in the Nerd Herd family. Y'all are super dope. And I just don't want to cast my pearls before swine, and neither should you guys. If there ever comes a time where you feel like you don't like what I have to say, this is not a love fest. I keep telling y'all gets to check me. Say what you want. This is an open line of communication. I want us to always have an open line of communication. Whatever you have to tell me, whatever you have to school me on, whatever you have to give me, tell me. Tell me. This is a mutually beneficial relationship. This is not one-sided. This is not me tell y'all and you just sit there and listen. This is mutually beneficial. All of us share information. I love you all. I love you guys. I'm going to go get the Trusty Dusty show producer. Shout out to Locke. Shout out to Expressions of Miss Dynasty. Shout out to Lakeisha, our Nerd Herd family. We love y'all. We'll be back. Everybody go get them something to eat, drink, whatever. And Locke will be taking drink orders later. We going. Let me see. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you. See? Locke is teaching me stuff because I sure didn't know. I didn't know. Thank you, Locke. I didn't know, girl. Once we get off, you'll tell me how to do it, and I'll make sure I do that. But I will be back on later, guys. You'll get to see your Trusty Dusty show producer. Y'all can show her some love. She has her own Cash App if you want to show her some love. She's going off to college, getting ready to get all her stuff. She is doing a phenomenal job. She even wants to have a selection day. I forget what they call it. When the young guys are deciding which college they're going to go to. She wants to do that whole thing. And I'm going to make her something so fly, so resplendent for her to wear to school with all the schools that she's been accepted to. Because I just think that's super dope. And I'm super proud of her. She could have been, doing a whole lot of things. And she chose to just do what I asked and do the right thing. And that's what I do as a parent. I lay down my expectations for my children. And I have to say, I hit the womb Powerball. I think I've said that to you guys before. I hit the womb Powerball. Like, I have amazing kids that just did things the right way. So I'm so grateful, eternally thankful. I hit y'all back. I'll be back until we meet again. I'll see y'all shortly.